Another bank.
You can't tell what your baby will become or what his interest will be. You can provide your growing babies with yummy goodness. Yum Vita is a delicious cereal for your baby. Oh yeah, older ones love it too. Yum Vita is filled with yummy goodness for growing babies and is available in other yummy variants. Yum Vita, a delicious way to grow. This advert is FDA approved.
Citi 97.3.
Accra.
Citi 97.3. More variety.
When I say Absa, you say yes. Absa Banking T, we go say yes. This 2026 till your jobs but dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here. And they work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car. I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will send me a bill. Join the Absa family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with Absa. Your story matters.
You are listening to Citi 97.3 FM, the city's finest.
There can be no other than 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to Citi. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. Citi FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music. Talk. Inspiration. In perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
We work the field of souls, together you and I. Some fields are blooming now, other fields are dry. We are not the same, but differences aside, we will work the field of souls, together you and I. One is off to foreign soil to work.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Anchors close to hold a neighbor's hand. Tell me who has served the Father more, or who has labored bad. Well, the life
Citi 97.3.
Accra.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
together you and I. Some fields are blooming now, other fields are dry. We are not the same, oh, but differences aside, we will
6:30 on Wednesday morning. We're working the field of souls from the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. And it's a great analogy for the way we live. So a human life is a soul and it's on a field. It says the harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. It means the greatest investment you can make is not in a house, it's in a person. Yeah. So it says somebody planted, I watered, but God gave the increase. It was essentially talking about the investment of the gospel into a person's life. For what can a man give in exchange for his soul? So just want to encourage you to invest in people. It's one of the most important laws of leadership. You soon realize that your most appreciable asset is not the building, the car, or the land. It's actually the people. So great leaders, great companies, great countries put their greatest resources in people. And if you sow in people, you will harvest great resources. So invest in their education, invest in their spirit, invest in their mind. So you pick a child, you educate them, you train them in the way they should go. And when they are old, they will make you proud. So he's talking about the field of souls. And it's a very powerful analogy for what we should be spending our time doing. It's called the seed principle. Something you've been given will create something else you've been promised. So use the resources you have to invest in people. Because if you sow to the wind, you just reap the whirlwind. If you sow nothing, you reap nothing. So everything you sow, you reap multiples of it. So if you sow wisdom, if you sow patience, you sow light into people, you reap a great harvest of ideas, of resources, of change and blessing. So that's where we start off from this morning, the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir with 6:32 City Breakfast Show. Business Sense brought to you by Absa. Our green finance is not just about saving the planet, it's about saving and solving real problems. Solar panels cut down your power costs, EV, and reducing what you spend getting around. Switching to energy efficient equipment and lowering the cost of running your home or business. And the best part is Absa Bank helps you finance all of it. The Absa Green Finance Loan gives you what you need to make it happen. Walk into any of our branches, ask about the Absa Green Finance Loan today, and say yes to a greener tomorrow. All right, so we're starting off with the news review segment. The weather is doing those things again. But, you know, the people say it will rain, but it's not like last 2 weeks Monday. You know, June 29 is the latest date in our head until a new one comes up. Yeah, Richard Sky is wearing a long jalabia. Good morning, Richard. How are you doing?
Good morning, Toby Lucky.
Let me also say good morning to Caleb Kuda.
Good morning, Bernard.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things to do this morning.
Yeah.
We're following mini stories.
Okay.
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe so. But the people, have they found a solution to the baller?
Which people?
The people who are managing affairs of state. You know, by now we should be hearing from. But why is the local government minister silent on this matter?
He's not.
Why is the chief of staff silent?
He's actually organizing a cleanup on Friday. And
no, cleanup is that's different tema. That's different consequences.
We are the people who said here that one of the first things the government should do after the flooding was to organize communities to desilt gutters.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's exactly what they are doing.
No, yeah, you see, desilting gutters is one thing.
Yeah.
Making sure that garbage in people's homes is collected. It's an entirely different matter.
And when we collect it, making sure that we dispose it of properly is another matter.
We'll explore that today. We'll explore that today on the show. That's why we are here this morning.
Because these fruit flies are all over the place.
Everywhere in Sky.
Yeah.
They are all over the place.
I think it's because of the
exactly
a lot of residential areas, or they should also propose a temporary solution.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They don't want us to burn refuse because it's polluting. Mm-hmm. So I don't know whether they'll come up with a temporary landfill site, because the main landfill site is very far away.
Yeah.
And the Aboboya cannot get
away.
there. Yeah. So I don't know what they will do. And then the Cone 1-2 is under stress. Mm-hmm. So, and it looks like our refuse collection companies, a lot of them do aboboya, who are too small to make that. It's not an effective way of managing refuse in a city. You need more compactors, larger trucks, transit centers. It's a big thing. So maybe the call you made yesterday, maybe we should reiterate it again.
Exactly.
That there needs to be a meeting of minds on the contract for Zoom Lion, whatever they're going to discuss.
Beautiful.
They should try and solve that problem so that even this morning in front of our company, we
Meeting of
have about 12.
Oh, Charlie.
Is it 8 or 10? Is it bins of refuse?
Yes, they are sitting there watching us.
We're also looking at them.
You look me
Baruro.
It's serious.
Let me have a door.
Should we burn it?
You can't burn it because when you do that, then you are inconveniencing people. That's pollution, nuisance.
Or should we dig a big hole and bury it?
Whose land are you going to use for that purpose?
I don't know. It's a problem. But we generate a lot of waste too.
That is true.
4,000 tons a day in Accra.
Maybe we should ban single-use plastics as a start.
That is
That's
one of
also
the things we should explore.
If you did that, it reduces a lot of your... Because paper, if you burn paper, it's not
biodegradable. It's even biodegradable.
So maybe if you ban single-use plastics, and you enforce it strictly, you are reducing your garbage by maybe 50%.
Absolutely.
Then we can continue from there.
I agree with you.
So you can draft the bill. You know those things.
I've been working on something.
Draft something.
I've been working on something. Very soon I'll bring it so that you are the Tumega.
No.
Draft something.
Anyway, the Ghanaian Times says this morning, state bodies lose over 1.24 billion Ghana cedis to financial irregularities. This is coming in from the Auditor General. Also on the front page this morning, focus on results, not numbers. This is coming in from the Vice President of the Republic. And GRA donates seized cooking oil to school feeding program, and they are interdicting 4 officers.
Right, Daily Guide this morning. Safo Kanteka didn't name next leader in will. This is Adjoa Safo's lawyer speaking. And Security Services recruitment, 1,300 candidates have HIV/AIDS. HIV, and that's the minister revealing. He's also saying that government officials are linked to the Australia $208 million methamphetamine bust. So this is Muntaka speaking. And 2 killed, others injured in Seshi Serrano police residence clash. And Santahima picks Nanaya Echan II as to name.
The Chronicle says 2025 AG report, Ato forcing court off guard. AMA leases 2 public lands for 90 years without his approval. Also on the front page this morning, EC Staff Union petitions management to suspend recruitment of Director of Finance. And the Herald Publisher appeals 7-day contempt conviction.
Well, there is the Herald in front of me now. It says Goldfields mine lease lobbying caught in Ghana, South Africa diplomatic chaos. Interior Minister drops bombshell in Australia drug probe and Security Services applicants HIV test. Ghana Water Company shuts down Dodora booster station tomorrow. Windfall for water tanker cartel. And Council of State against sensitive public offices for dual citizenship. The last ones, dual citizens. The last one here is Ghana Gas Management blames Kennedy Japan and Bernard Sante in Airport West property acquisition.
The News Center says 94.6 million Ghana cedis wasted under Green Ghana. This thing we've been asking questions about.
Where are the 3?
We're told that MS Ritchie Plantations paid 9.5 Ghana cedis per seedling, while 1 Ghana cedi per seedling offer by local seedling suppliers was rejected. Also on the front page this morning, Water for Damang, a partnership that delivered. And somewhere in here, government officials under probe over $208 million meth scandal.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what Muntaka.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, the use of government officials, that makes it so
it's misleading.
Yeah.
He was talking about state
officials,
functionaries.
Yes.
He didn't say, a government official is
like an
perceived to be
appointee
like
or
a minister or something.
Yeah.
So these are people who are working for the state. They could be within the security agencies.
Public officials.
So we should be very careful how we report these things.
That topic
can create confusion.
Well, Daily Graphic leads with the South Africa-Ghana concerns against xenophobic attacks. Ghana takes tough stance, declines South African president's visit. This morning in the news, there was some clarity that came from Ramaphosa's spokesperson. Our government unveils renewable energy plan, and Goodfields Foundation World Vision provide water for Daman community, which you heard earlier. Woman 61 gives birth in Accra.
The new finder says this morning, Q1 revenue falls to 57.5 billion Ghana cedis. Also on the front page this morning, Ghana secures 21 million US dollar EU grant for Tema Mpakadan Rail. And Accra waste crisis deepens as Stone landfill nears closure.
I have the full list of 7 landfill sites.
Right.
Okay.
There's actually a recce today about how to tidy them up before the cleanup.
Okay.
Yes. So this morning is a lot happening on this landfill. There's
Adepa.
There's Teshi, there's Abokobi, there's Akap, there's Ashaiman, and there's Jamestown.
I see.
All these are places where refuse is sent. And they will be involved in the cleanup on Saturday and Friday.
Right. Daily just says CID invites TikToker for claiming Mahama buried 32 live cows for power. EC staff bare teeth at chairperson. Auditor General uncovers 42.6 million rot at MMDAs. And then also, Kwejo Safo's children reject Akufina's Christo Asafo leadership or headship.
Okay, the Ghanaian publisher has a similar story on its front page. The one also about Muntaka speaking about the $208 million meth scandal.
Yeah.
And then also something here that says Ramaphosa's visit freeze, minority demands full details, and the story about the AG discovering a big financial gap. Financial rot in 2025.
Right. The Informer, economist recommends more funds for MMDAs. Professor Peter Cortes images here. Toxic dump horror at Malam threatens malaria, cholera, and typhoid fever. And in this issue, NPP slams Mahama Museum Locomotive Railway Authority. Okay, so NPP slams Mahama Museum Locomotives Railway Authority fires back. This is an early story.
I read yesterday.
Yes. And then face-saving visit, Mahama snaps Ramaphosa over xenophobic attacks. Clarity has come, but other stories. Drugs, alcohol won't solve your problems. Doctor is warning.
Talking about drugs, the Ghanaian Point has a story attributed to the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra, says drug abuse is a public health challenge, not just a security issue. Julius Debra quoted here. Also on the front page this morning, Unimac appoints Dr. Enes Ofori-Sapong as first chancellor. Was it not the man who did your
exactly 600
he's big. He's a big man.
Big challenge. And then also the story about the minority seeking clarity over Ghana's decision to defer the visit of South Africa's president.
The unique story on the new publisher's front page is dead men on payroll. 4 ghosts chopped 7.4 million Ghana cedis for 7 years. And then, of course, Finance Ministry delivers 700 million US dollar Eurobond settled ahead of schedule. That's here. 1,300 security applicants have HIV. That's here as well. Ramaphosa and Ofori-Sapong becoming Unimac's first chancellor. Also, the story of Ramaphosa and the story of Ofori-Sapong are here as well.
Be very careful because Unimac have not
go back
said anything to Ramaphosa. So Ofori-Sapong appointed Unimac chancellor.
Yes.
Don't add Ramaphosa. Don't come and Ramaphosa-lize our
Unimac. I am sorry.
We don't like that.
I read
But my final newspaper it has a story that would excite you because you've been talking about standardization and I've been resisting in certain spaces. Well, GSS survey exposes market women in Olonka thievery. A black baraka will be like they modify, they do the Olonkas in some way.
So the Standards Authority has found out.
They have exposed them. I was calling for research.
They should do a proper theory.
Also, Kwesi Pratt, our good friend, calls for united struggle. And socialist transformation to build Ghana's future.
Luta continua. My final paper is the Inquisitor this morning. After a hospital visit discourses in NPP, Nana Ayu exposed as he's suspected of having different motives. Okay. Ghana rejects Ramaphosa's state visit. Inquisitor Eastern Region NDC welcomes Pedro's decision to contest. Okay, this is a private person trying to contest for a position vice chair in the region. Final paper was this.
Let me give you some headlines from citynewsroom.com. Government to blame for sanitation crisis. Linda Oklu sleeping on the job. This is the Bekwai MP alleging. Now, governor has secured UAE and Saudi Arabia markets for semi-finished cocoa products. That's good. Kwesi Nyantakyi says Ghana must emulate Morocco's football development model. Right? He says it's not luck, it's government investment. This is former FA chairman, FA president. Now, here's one that's interesting. Police dismantle alleged drug network which targets university students. And 44 suspects have been arrested. It's a very, very good story. Now, another one that I'm sure you'll be interested in. Council of State advises Parliament against passage of the dual citizenship bill. I'd like to commend them for raising some of the issues about the bill, and I think one of these days we need to discuss it thoroughly. Because the bill has been moving quietly, nobody's saying anything about it, and the Council of State said no, they don't think it's in the right shape. A few more stories. Bagman suspends Friday sitting for MPs to join flood cleanup exercise. Father. That was Bagman, Charlie. If he was a headmaster, Charlie, like he could do a special everybody in school. Charlie, in his other life he could have been a headmaster. Charlie. Now let me go to Channel 1 News quickly. Zoomline to support nationwide cleanup exercise with personnel and logistics. Charlie, NADMO gave flood victims noodles and baked beans. According to Afenyo Marking. And big beans.
One NADMO.
Charlie. But are they complaining? It's just hard rice.
They are flood. I can't hold you now.
Achimota Tesano highway portals patched after Channel 1 News reports. DVLA distances itself from 308,000 cedi theft case. And National Service person stole 308,000 cedis.
From where?
And he bought a Hyundai Elantra and a 50-inch. National Service 50
has to be managing himself.
When he becomes a minister, will he back? It's National Service, so he's what about 50-inch TV plus car.
In fast life.
Charlie, it's
when we tired to get to where we are, you people don't know.
It's called Now, Sky, the Muntaka story about 1,300 service personnel applicants testing HIV positive is a troubling one. I'd like us to link that with the drug network targeting university students, where 40 people have been arrested because then, and I think also Julius Debra talking about drug use. I think we should start with that.
Okay.
Okay,
so let me take you to page 3 of the Point newspaper. The story is there. The Chief of Staff, Julius Debra, has called for a comprehensive national response to drug abuse, describing the problem as a public health, social and developmental challenge that requires more than law enforcement measures. Now, speaking on behalf of the President, John Dramani Mahama, at the 2026 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, Commemoration Day on Monday, July 6, 2026, Mr. Debra said drug abuse continues to pose a serious threat to families, communities, and the future of Ghana's youth. Now, he stressed that while the fight against illegal drug trafficking remains important, greater attention must also be paid to prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation. So those are three core things that he's calling for. We have to prevent, we have to treat, and then we have to
remember the Minister for Interior said that a lot of the people who had applied for recruitment and security were found to have been on drugs. They tested positive for certain banned substances. Now he's added that 1,300 of them have tested positive for HIV.
Yes, and about 1,300 applicants who underwent medical screening during a recent security service recruitment exercise were found to be living with HIV/AIDS. Minister for Interior Mohammed Mubarak Muntaka has disclosed. The minister reviewed this when he appeared before Parliament's Government Assurance Committee yesterday, explaining why the government does not directly communicate medical screening results to candidates who are disqualified during recruitment exercise. According to him, the decision is guided by medical and ethical considerations, particularly in cases involving sensitive health conditions such as HIV and hepatitis B. Mr. Muntaka Alhaji said the government considered sending individuals' medical results to unsuccessful applicants, but abandoned the idea after recognizing the potential psychological impact of informing someone they had tested positive for HIV without prior counseling. This this is on page 6.
Meanwhile,
Daily
Citi Newsroom
Guide.
reports that police have dismantled an alleged drug network targeting university students. 44 suspects arrested. Now, the operation conducted by the IGP Special Operations Team in collaboration with Ashanti Regional Police Command led to the arrest of 44 people between July 3 and 5 this year. According to the police, suspects comprising 41 males and 3 females were arrested during intelligence-led operations, identified criminal hotspots including Enema News Site, Bwedi, Aboabo, Ashtown, Kodie, Breman, Pankrono, Jinyasi, and surrounding communities. And they give the details that the people are young. Some of them are aged 24 and that type of thing. They produce cannabis-infused toffee, advertise them online, and sold them to many students. Others include a 45-year-old man accused of producing cannabis-infused alcoholic beverages for distribution to students, and Frederick Ejay, who is a major supplier of cannabis. So they want to destroy our university students so that when they leave and start working for companies, they will be on drugs.
Sorry, I told you about that.
You know, the police also recovered 200 sachets of tramadol, 400 sealed wraps of dried leaves suspected to be your thing, and locally produced fruit juice containing narcotic substances, and then a medium-sized double-door refrigerator containing locally prepared concoctions suspected to be narcotic substances, Rizla rolling papers, a sealed black polythene bag containing dried leaves, all kinds of things.
Every laboratory they set up.
No, Sky, but you know,
It's serious.
our young people are being targeted deliberately. I think there are two things: drugs, social media is also targeting them to make them. I don't know.
Yeah, they're reconditioning them.
And a lot of these messages we are sending to about what success is. So we are destroying their mindset. They are dependent on gadgets and dependent on drugs. It's a war against our youth.
Psychological.
And we need to
warfare
wake up
also,
beyond rhetoric to deal with these matters. Let me come back to you.
Well, Dr. Edward Amwa Boateng is advising the public that drugs, alcohol won't solve the problems, especially to the men. He was speaking at a media forum on men's mental health, organized by International Maritime Hospital with support from Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, where he says alcohol won't help, drugs won't help. He explained that while alcohol may temporarily distract people from their problems, it ultimately leaves them confronting the same challenges, often in a more overwhelming way. So he says that if you feel that your mental health is getting to a certain stage, in fact, talk to a clinical psychologist. Don't say, give me quota.
All right, Sky.
Let me take you to the story that every newspaper is talking about this morning. The story about public officials under probe over $280 million meth scandal. The story is here in the News Center. Page 3 says, the Minister for Interior Alhaji Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak has disclosed the preliminary investigations into the interception of a 320 kilogram meth shipment from Ghana to Australia have allegedly uncovered possible involvement of some public officials suspected of facilitating the concealment and movement of the illicit drugs. Now, Alhaji Muntaka, who appeared before Parliament's Committee on Assurance public hearing on Tuesday, said authorities were interrogating several officials as part of efforts to determine the extent of the alleged internal collusion within the security.
There's a story on page 26 of the Daily Graphic. McCarthy Hill residents call for removal of dumping site. Samuel Ohene Award writes, and there's another one on in the Informer. Toxic dump horror at Malam threatens malaria, cholera, and typhoid fever. So both stories. Residents of McCarthy Hill and members of a local landlords association have renewed calls for the complete removal of a former dumping site behind a community after dumping activities ceased at the location. During a public demonstration in the community last Sunday, the association appealed to the relevant authorities to expedite the clearing of the accumulated refuse in order to restore the area to its original state. So a spokesperson for the association, William Corte, said while the suspension of dumping activities was a welcome development, the heaps of waste left behind continue to pose environmental and public concerns. And I might say this is different from what they are dumping in the wetland. I think behind the hill, there's a place they call Bola. It used to be a refuse dump site. It was closed or decommissioned, but I think that is resurfaced, and that's what the residents are raising alarm over.
But two quick stories related to the use of our public purse. So the first one, you find that on page 2 of the Ghanaian publisher, says AG uncovers 5.27 billion Ghana cedis in rot in 2025. Now, financial irregularities in Ghana's public sector more than doubled in 2025, with unpaid taxes, unsupported expenditure, and weak financial controls, pushing the total value of questionable transactions to 5.27 billion Ghana cedis. The latest report by the Auditor General has revealed. Now, the report of the Auditor General on public accounts of Ghana, ministries, departments, and other agencies for the year ended December 31, 2025, revealed that irregularities increased from 2.06 billion Ghana cedis in 2024 to 5.27 billion Ghana cedis in 2025, representing a 156% rise. I thought the finance ministry had instituted new measures to deal with that. So what's happening? In the meantime, though, if you go to page 2 of the news center, the story about the tree planting things we've been doing, Elvis Dako report that a staggering 94.6 million Ghana cedis could have been saved in the implementation of the Green Ghana project if the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources had procured seedlings from local seedling suppliers at approved Forestry Commission prices instead of engaging a private company through a single source procurement arrangement. A new procurement audit report by the Auditor General has revealed. Now, the findings contained in the performance audit report on the management of the Green Ghana project dated May 7, 2026, raised significant concerns about value for money, procurement transparency, unpaid local suppliers, inadequate monitoring, and poor post-planting maintenance, and that Ghana's flagship environmental
But
project.
my problem is the trees, where are they? Where are the trees?
There are a few more stories here.
Yes. Against xenophobic attacks, Ghana takes tough stance, declines South African president's visit. So a regular biennial conference between Ghanaian and South African business leaders has been postponed indefinitely as diplomatic relations over xenophobic violence in South Africa takes a new twist. This year's BNC event between Ghana and South African business leaders was scheduled for the first week of August, with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa scheduled to participate in the conference, but the Ghanaian government has declined a request by President Ramaphosa for the official visit to Ghana, citing heightened concerns over recent xenophobic attacks in South Africa that affected
the South African authorities say that the planned visit has not been rejected but only postponed, dismissing the report suggesting that the Ghana declined an engagement. So they give some more information there. Let me give you two quick stories. The DVLA is trying to clarify a point about the young man who stole money and used it to buy a TV and a car. They are distancing themselves. They're saying that this person, Ebenezer Gate, a former National Service person attached to them, who is charged with stealing after allegedly transferring funds from a DVLA administrative officer's MTN merchant account to his personal mobile money account. They are saying that the person was engaged by the authority on a contract basis. All right. So Gate, who appeared before an Accra Circuit Court, pleaded not guilty to the charge. According to the prosecution led by Inspector Frank Morgan Dovey, the accused allegedly transferred the money to his personal account and used part of it to buy a Hyundai Elantra saloon car, a 50-inch Samsung TV, and pay for other personal expenses.
The one with the World Cup.
The court granted him bail in the sum of 100,000 cedis with 3 sureties, and the court also ordered Gatti to report to the case investigator every Monday and Friday until further orders, and adjourned the case to August 4. However, reacting to the report, DVLA said the alleged amount involved did not belong to the authority and was not taken from any of its accounts. They explained that the case was a personal dispute involving individuals and was not related to the official operations or finances. But I think the media wrote the
so our money is
so he stood there.
Yeah, but so the DVLA official had this. I think one of them has a merchant account. And this National Service person took the money allegedly. But because both of them were with DVLA, we added DVLA to the story.
So
it's like you have a merchant account, and then Godfred still transfers allegedly your money. So they say 2 Citi FM staff. But the money doesn't go to Citi FM.
How much is it?
It's not corporate money.
308,000 cedis.
And the DVLA officer has that much money in his account.
It's a merchant account.
But what kind of merchant?
But he's doing Momo merchant.
That matter we have to look inside.
Why he shouldn't have 308,000?
No, I'm not saying you should not. I'm just saying that we should look inside.
Meanwhile, the minority leader is also claiming that NADMO gave flat victims noodles and baked beans. Challenge your man. Minority leader Alexander Berrymark has raised concern over the nature of relief items being provided by NADMO. Speaking on the floor of Parliament on Tuesday, a Futu MP alleged that NADMO distributed baked beans and instant noodles to affected residents in Nima and Accra New Town, despite funds reportedly being made for disaster relief. He said government intervention should include essential food items and measures aimed at helping affected people restore their businesses.
You say, no.
Anyway, the newspaper review segment was brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits from lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Call 0800 003 355. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Hey, Andrea, challenge these days, new level crown. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank, and that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I day aside, Fidelity.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News at 7. Net is here with the details. Good morning, Net.
Good morning, Bernard, and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Is brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Gold Good Energy. Coming up, economists at the University of Ghana, Professor Attah-Mensah, forecast further policy rate cuts if inflation stays within target. And oil prices rise as Middle East conflict rekindles supply fears. And later, PwC projects stable outlook for Citi despite recent market pressure. Let's settle for the details now. Economist at the University of Ghana, Professor Attah-Mensah, says Ghana could see further reductions in policy rate if inflation remains within the central bank's medium-term target range, urging banks to reposition their business models for a prolonged low-interest rate environment. Speaking at the launch of PwC Ghana's 2026 banking survey, he noted that recent declines in T-bill rates reflect improving macroeconomic conditions driven by fiscal consolidation instead of a temporary market trend.
The macro stability, I can assure you, will be there for some time. The government has shown clearly that it is not a government that is going to mess up with the spending. And you know the fiscal deficit are the reason why some of these things happen. And look at the way the treasury rates have dropped so low. And it's been there for some time. It's not something that's going to happen in just 2-3 months and then. And so we should prepare for an environment of that sort. And if inflation remains within its medium target of between 6 and 10 for the next year, the policy rates, based on a decision of members, I'm not foreclosing what we do, but given what I know from the stability that we are looking at, the policy rates will not necessarily increase. If anything at all, we should look at it going now. And therefore, it is quite clear that banks have to re-strategize. The problem is that when the rates are declining so fast, the repricing happens faster than the strategy of changing your business model. And that is why it's going to come at a shock to some of the banks.
That was economist at the University of Ghana, Professor Attah-Mensah. Still at the same event, PwC Ghana Country Senior Partner Vish Ashiagbo expects the Ghana cedi to remain broadly stable over the medium term despite recent pressure on the local currency. He said although the cedi has experienced some depreciation in the recent weeks, interventions by the Bank of Ghana to improve dollar liquidity have helped stabilize the foreign exchange market and reinforce confidence in the currency's outlook.
In terms of the cedi, we've seen the cedi come under a little bit of pressure recently, but we've also seen in the last couple of days Bank of Ghana injecting some dollar into the market to stabilize the cedi. So from a medium term point of view, we continue to believe that the cedi will continue to operate within the current band in which it's operating. We don't expect to see any major appreciation or depreciation one way or the other.
Vish Ashiagbo is PwC Ghana's country senior partner. Now, significant variations in the way food commodities are measured at the farm gate are affecting the consistency of agricultural data and price comparisons across Ghana. That's according to the Ghana Statistical Service. Findings from the service's first nationwide non-standard unit survey show that farm gate measurements differ considerably because of variations in container sizes, farming practices, and aggregation methods used by producers and traders. Here is more.
The survey found that while non-standard units remain common throughout Ghana's food system, the greatest inconsistencies occur at the farm gate, where produce is frequently traded using locally made containers that differ in size from one community to another. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the same local measurement unit, including baskets, bundles, and heaps, can represent different weights depending on the region, making it difficult to compare prices and accurately estimate agricultural production. The survey also established that non-standard units remain widely used in markets, households, and at the farm gate, providing the country's first nationally representative evidence on how food commodities are measured across the food value chain. To address the inconsistencies, the Statistical Service has developed national conversion factors that convert local measurement units into standard metric units such as kilograms. The service says the conversion factors will improve the compilation of agricultural statistics, strengthen the consumer price index, enhance food inflation estimates, and ensure national data better reflects how food is traded across Ghana. The service is recommending the integration of the conversion factors into agricultural statistics, household consumption surveys, and national accounts. It also wants a national repository of the conversion factors established and updated regularly while promoting greater harmonization of measurement practices across markets and farm gates.
Daniel Odro-Mensah with that Business Desk report. Now, the Ghana Revenue Authority has signaled a tougher enforcement stance against officers who violate customs procedures following investigations into an attempted diversion of transit cargo that exposed documentation and compliance breaches. Commissioner General of the Authority, Anthony Sapon, said while the authority remains committed to supporting businesses and facilitating trade, it will not hesitate to enforce disciplinary measures against such officers.
As GRA, as we always say, we are there to support businesses. And when your business grows and thrives, then our work of collecting taxes also progresses. So again, we encourage all businesses, especially our trading businesses, to abide by customs regulations. And if you are ever in doubt, always consult. To my officers, we are doing a good job for the state and we always pat you on the shoulders. However, few of us who do not also comply with the law, when you found foul of not following procedures, we are firm in our mind and actions to take the necessary sanctions so that we will always bring discipline and order into the service that we do.
Anthony Sapong is the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Now, the National Insurance Commission says a resilient marine cargo insurance market will be critical to protecting Ghana's growing trade flows and strengthening the country's position as a preferred trading hub under the African Continental Free Trade Area. The regulator says ongoing reforms, including stronger oversight, are aimed at building confidence across the import and export value chain. Speaking on behalf of the Deputy Commissioner of Insurance at the Maiden Marine Cargo Insurance Forum organized by the VFT, University, Head of Market Strategy and Innovation Stella Juna, noted that the industry must now look beyond today's challenges and prepare for a rapidly changing global environment.
As global supply chains evolve with emerging risks such as climate disruption, geopolitical tensions, our CEO mentioned it, and digital fraud, our insurance ecosystem must be forward-looking, adaptive, and resilient. In conclusion, strengthening Ghana's trade competitiveness requires risk protection mechanisms that inspire confidence. Marine cargo is certainly one of those mechanisms. Let us therefore commit to building trust through effective regulation, deepening collaboration across the trade value chain, and leveraging innovation for resilience and growth. Together, and our partners can position Ghana as a secure, competitive, and trusted trading hub in Africa.
Stella Juna is the head of market strategy and innovation at the National Insurance Commission. Now, oil prices are edging higher after retreating to pre-conflict levels. This comes as renewed tensions in the Middle East raise fresh concerns over global crude supply. The latest gains follow reports of U.S. and Iranian strikes alongside attacks on tankers transiting the Strait of Hormuz, a critical route for global oil shipments. Checks by Citi Business News showed that West Texas Intermediate crude trading at about $72 per barrel, while Brent crude was trading at about $76 per barrel. For Ghana, the rebound in global oil prices could reverse the recent easing in fuel prices. Sustained increases in crude prices are likely to exert upward pressure on ex-pump prices in the coming pricing windows, potentially increasing transport and business operating costs. Now let's go on to the interbank market this morning, and the dollar is trading at 11 cedis 38 pence west, the British pound at 15 cedis 20 pence west, and the euro at 13 cedis. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. It was brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Goal Good Energy. I am Nete Ajaw. Thanks for listening.
Introducing Ghana's leading pay-as-you-copy photocopier leasing company. Lease an A4, A3, heavy-duty or production machine and pay for only the copies made, or design your own payment plan. Simple and tietia. That's not all. Incredibly, toners, repairs, maintenance, follow-me printing, centralized tracking all come free of charge. Remember, financial prudence is the name of the game. Folks, forget about the expensive gimmicks and be smart. Join the hundreds of satisfied clients across all the 16 regions and every sector of the economy and save over 60% of your printing costs. Visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. Be prudent and lease a copier. Terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
Original the drink. Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Enterprise Blue FM.
Enterprise Blue FM, the butts.
It's DJ E on Enterprise Blue FM. Guys, after the heavy rains this week, we are looking for the calmest person in Ghana. Who's the most chill person you know right now? Let's go.
DJ, he has to be Mansa. Look, the flood entered her house and completely submerged her car. Next thing I see on her WhatsApp status, she's smiling and sipping tea on her balcony. Like me, I'll be crying, but she's totally relaxed. DJ, CJE, it's true. Mansa's home and car are destroyed. But this girl is not stressing at all. She just tells us everything is under control. Hey, Mansa, how?
Wow, Mansa, we need your secret too.
They say Entoa, but when unexpected floods strike, we've got you covered. At Enterprise Insurance, with over 100 years of experience, we say whether it's home, motor, travel, or insurance for your business, Entoa, if it happens, chill.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Good energy powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goyle, good energy.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
L to the L to the L to the L. Hey. Help me make I know they talk much.
14 after 7, just brought to you the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you by EcoBank, MTN. You know how really money moves in Ghana, right? Money doesn't only move on payday, it moves every single day.
Bring all the joy on the side.
Connecting you to the people who matter most, EcoBank provides one seamless banking experience across 34 African countries. Our digital platforms instantly connect people, businesses, and opportunities across the entire continent. Pay bills, transfer funds, manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Just download the EcoBank mobile app, dial *770#, use EcoBank online and our nationwide ATMs. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. Listen, MTN just brought the prices down and the speeds up on MTN Fiber for home, and your whole household is about to feel it. Movie nights that don't buffer, school assignments that submit on time, work calls that don't drop, and your side hustle running smoothly in the background. So 3 unlimited speed tiers, one amazing network. Now you can enjoy 100 megabytes per second for 299 Ghana cedis, 300 megabytes per second for 444 Ghana cedis, 500 megabytes per second for 999 Ghana cedis per month. All of these per month. Yeah, you heard right. So pick what fits your home. No data caps, no slowdowns. Just fiber built for real life. MTN Fiber for home. Your speed, your home, your choice. Only MTN. Everywhere you go. Gabby Affairs in the studio is bringing you kickoff. Because what I've heard since yesterday is not fair, not fair, not fair, not fair. The Egyptians are unhappy. Oh my. 2 goals in the lead, and then Argentines come to equalize and then take the lead as well. Yeah, but the recent floods have left many families counting their losses, damaged homes, flooded vehicles, disrupted businesses. But for Mansa, while the damage was real, there was only one less thing to worry about. She had the right insurance cover with Enterprise Insurance. They say Entowada, but with Enterprise Insurance, no, we have changed the narrative. Oba Etowada, Kweku Etowa, Snow. If it happens, chill, because we've got you covered. Don't wait for the unexpected to catch you off guard. Secure your home, your car, travel, and businesses today with our innovative insurance solutions. Enterprise Insurance, your advantage. And kickoff is brought to you by Lesheho. Lesheho, if you're ready to power up your finances and unlock your path to financial freedom, the Lesheho fixed deposit solution is tailored just for you. With Lesheho's fixed deposit solution, you're making your money work for you. So join the investment revolution with our fixed deposit solution and take charge of your financial future. Call us now, 0302 208 333. Invest wisely, invest with the shareholder. The shareholders improve life. Isaac Gabriel Ofe Milito
Abontin father
Gabi Milito
Maji
Starboy
Charlie
what's going on?
The biggest star man.
No, you do everything. Yesterday, man, what a game that was. That makes it the World Cup, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's all the World Cup is about. Look, the moment at the Atlanta Stadium, I was stunned. I was telling you this off air. I don't know why people thought that Egypt will go through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were talking about a team that has got pedigree. One of the teams, they are the defending champions.
Yes,
they've got a demigod.
But this World Cup has also proven that you can't take any team for granted, and also because this is Egypt, one of Africa's few,
and it's at this stage that
nations
it boils down to the know-how,
okay,
the experience.
Okay,
have you been there before? Have you done it before?
Okay,
I understand that Egypt did a very good game, having led from minute 1 to 79th minute. That's when the Argentine came into the
79th minute.
Yes, they came into the team, but then again, I'm saying the know-how, the experience, the resilience, and the parts of the Argentine team always counted for, and then the quality. But because look at the game, and I'll quickly run you through the 15 minutes. Yeah. Egypt took the lead.
Yes.
Right. Then there was a penalty save in the 21st minute by Schobert. Then the 59th minute there was a disallowed goal from Egypt again, from Zico. Then the 67th minute, Romero pulls one back. Zico doubles Egypt's lead. So it was a 2-0 lead for the Egyptian national team. And then 79th minute, Messi puts in a cross, his first assist at the tournament. Romero pulls one back. It's 2-1. I thought at that moment the Egyptian team were going to
close the game,
defend, but they were still attacking. And then the 83rd minute, Messi lashes in a volley. That's 2-2. What does this do to the Egyptian national team? It breaks you down mentally. Yeah. And clearly that's what happened to them. And then that Enzo Fernandez goal in the 90 plus 2 minutes. That goal became the 10th goal scored in that minute at the tournament. Wow. Yeah. So like I said, it boiled down to the know-how, experience, and they are the defending champions. And you see, they suffered a similar thing against Cape Verde. So they had a fair idea of what these African teams have got up their sleeves. So if you watch the way Argentina set up, they were very calm because they knew that they had quality.
Right.
Now Messi got himself more into the game, allowing players to run into the channels. And then he kept on putting in the crosses. And if you look at that third goal from Lautaro Martinez, the Egyptian national team had committed a lot of bodies up front. And then there was a counter-attack. They just take a pass to the right.
So the defense was poor.
Yeah, Lautaro Martinez has just found himself in acres of space.
But what was the
coach takes his time crossing.
This coach, Hossam
Hassan, yeah. So then experience bit I mentioned came to play.
Yeah. So it was experience both on the side of the coaching and the playing.
Yeah, look at Lionel Scaloni, who's the coach for Argentina. He was very calm, but kept on talking to the players.
Yeah.
On the part of Hossam Hassan, what was he doing? Very animated on the touchline. And I've always said this: what you do on the touchline trickles down on the players, and clearly it had that impact on what Egypt were doing. But
I know, even though Egypt has very good records on the African continent, they've not had a very good showing at the World Cup.
Yeah, and it was their first time they were reaching at that stage. They've not really exerted themselves at the World Cup. It always has to do with quality. At the World Cup, they've not been able to get that quality or that quality they have when they're able to brush aside all the African teams. When it comes to the world, it counts.
Wow.
And you can't take that away from this Argentine national team.
This is the same thing that happened with Senegal. Something really close,
something
Senegal
really close.
In the lead.
Same thing. Take a 2-goal lead. Then you have to close the game. Don't keep on playing expansive. You need to defend.
So talent matters, but the experience is...
Yeah. And normally when you look at this European teams or even the South American teams, it is at that moment, like those last 10,
those defining
15
moments.
minutes or 20 minutes or even 5 minutes, They know that they have the quality to do that. I take you back to Belgium's head coach, Rudy Garcia. He said something about when they played Senegal. Right? Was it Senegal? Yeah, one of the African teams. He said that they knew they were going to do this. They knew in those moments they collapse, and clearly happened. So, look, Argentina are here. Now the quarterfinal pairings are set. And if you look at the teams that have qualified to the quarterfinals, if you take out Norway and Switzerland and let's say Belgium, the rest of the teams have been to, in the last, let's say, 4 editions of the World Cup, they've either done a quarterfinal, a semi-final, or the final. So you can talk about Morocco, who did a semi-final in the 2022 edition. They lost to this same French team in the semis. This time they're meeting the French team again in the quarters. England are playing Norway. Norway are doing their first quarterfinal, whether it's the FIFA World Cup or it's the Euros. England at the last edition, they exited at the quarterfinals. 2018, they did the 4th place finish. Switzerland are also doing their first quarterfinal since 1954. They've not been at this stage before since that time. And it was 1954 they hosted, and then they reached the quarters. So the teams that have reached the last 8 have a fair idea of what it takes to play at that stage. So we'll see how it plays out.
Questions have been raised about the quality of officiating in yesterday's game. Many think that the officiating was a bit in favor of the favorites.
So I just read an update that said that the referee chairman in Pierluigi Collina said that as soon as they got to the knockout stage, they were going to allow the game to flow. So in the moments that you find certain fouls, they brush it aside just to allow the game to flow. But you can understand why the Egyptians are complaining, because that was a foul and it has to be given, but it was brushed aside. And you'd understand that it actually got to Hosam Hassan to have complained in that way. But you've realized that from the knockout stages, there have been so many very bad calls that I think that should have been done properly, right?
So now Morocco is the only African team.
So now Morocco is the only African team at the World Cup. So they take on France. Today there are no games.
Morocco is coming up against France.
Oh yeah.
Welcome.
I think that game will be difficult. Yeah, I think that game will be difficult.
This is first, bro.
The only difference with this Moroccan national team that has changed slightly has to do with their coach. Walid Regragui, who was the coach for them in 2022, he's no longer the man. But they've brought in somebody who knows this team well. So you think
Morocco has promise?
Yes, they have promise.
And they could cause an upset against France.
In Mohamed Wabi. And he's the same man who guided them to success at the U20 World Cup. The Under 20 World Cup, right? And he's promoted some of these players who played in the Under 20, dealt with them at the 23 level, and is now their head coach. So I think that it would be a good game. And for the benefit of hindsight too, having played them before in 2022, and France also know them very well, I think it should be a good game.
A clash of quality and experience. All of that will play out.
And then there's Belgium, Spain.
Interesting.
The other game you can look at. Spain themselves are 2010 champions. They've not won it since that time.
So they are wounded lions.
Belgium themselves.
For glory.
I think the farthest they've gone to at the tournament has to do with a 4th place finish. So that should be a good game.
So they also want to make history.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. So any takes? Who are favorites? Who are you tipping to come up tops?
The quarterfinal, the France-Morocco game. Oh my goodness. I want Morocco to go through.
Me too.
I want Morocco to go through. And then the Spain-Belgium, I'll give it to Spain.
But France, bro.
Yeah, the team is packed.
They've
got immense talent.
And
they know how to do it. Then again, the know-how I talk about, they have it all to themselves.
And they really won this World Cup because they lost the last.
Oh yeah, in fact, Mbappe said that they should forget about the number of goals he scores at the tournament.
It is the
cup he wants, and if he wins it, it will be a second trophy with this team. So 2018 and then this year. But I'm tipping Morocco to go through, and then there's the England-Norway game too. Norway to go through for me.
Norway, yes.
The Vikings of Norway,
bro,
to go through.
Because Erling Haaland is, a danger on the pitch.
Yeah, and I'm so happy for him. His first tournament, he has already 7 goals. He's guiding him to their first quarterfinal at a major tournament, whether it's the FIFA World Cup or it's the Euros.
I'm told his dad played.
Yeah, for Alfie.
Last time they showed up.
Yes,
many years ago.
Yes, and ever since they've struggled. They've struggled to do that, and they are very unassuming. Because when you look at the Norwegian team, you pick out Haaland, you pick out Martin Odegaard, you take out, let's say, Alexander Sørloth and Sunderberg. The rest of the teams, the rest of the players, you really cannot tell what
they are made of.
Yes, but that's what has helped them. And then the final one to the Argentina will now take on Switzerland.
Wow.
I think Argentina to go through.
Oh, that's for that one. Yeah. Colombia has gone home, right?
Oh yeah. They should try again next year.
Okay. Thank you. That was kickoff. Many blessings, Gabby.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
It's Betway's 10-year birthday celebration, and in this epic month of football, it's your 10. Remember backing Black Stars to beat Niger to make it to Qatar and winning? It's your 10. Bet on every exciting moment of the action in the world's biggest football tournament with us and get behind the best of our continent. Here's to the next decade. It's your 10, only at Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
Careful, Charlie. Turn up small, make it pass the door. Yes, like that. Yo, my guy, what happened? Hey, you get new TV. Charlie, major upgrade for the tournament season. Oh, this your TV there. The whole area go watch matches for your house. Oh. How much you buy them? I don't buy them. I win them from the Samsung Win Big promo. Hey, you make serious? How? Simple. I buy my Samsung Galaxy phone from an authorized dealer. Where I visit www.samsung.txtghana.com. Where I enter my details to enter the draw. Then boom, I win this 85-inch Samsung TV. Charlie, way more prices today. Galaxy phones, tablets, watches, fridges, washing machines, and more every week. Then I go buy Samsung with that.
This promo is on from now till July 3rd. Buy a Samsung Galaxy device and stand the chance to win exciting Samsung prizes every week. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Carters Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Everybody is a winner in the Ungalicious Abiwa promo. Over 4 million worth of cash and prizes to be won. Just look out for the special Ungalicious promo packs. Submit 20 Unga powder promo sachets and 20 Unga shrimp tablets promo wrappers at any Unga redemption center near you and receive your scratch card. Scratch to review your unique code. Send to *713*27# and win instantly. Cash prizes up to 200,000 Ghana cedis, deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more. Promo runs from 15th April to 15th July 2026. Hurry, don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. This advert is FDA approved.
This football season, for only 100 Ghana cedis in pay, your mom will 4 pieces of chicken, 2 crispy tenders, large chips. Time of gaming and starting. Grab yours today and enjoy the taste of football season with KFC, proud official meal partner of Ghana football. KFC Ghana is finger licking good.
This football season, Max Buy Hat-Trick promo hits live. Score cash goals, win with free subscription and huge discounts. World Cup week, and my match bia empong. Esanse with TV and Nintia. Esanse, Max Buy Hat-Trick promo. Ewaha. Score up to 40% off on all TVs. Afe Superto TV, then your free DSTV box and 1 month free subscription. Once more, predict matches correctly when you buy Techno Come on 50 and get a cash back. Eish, where the Hat-Trick promo ankasa. Pure enjoyment and massive savings. Enjoy the big games and save big. Promo way cost from 8 June, Equity 20th July. Fraying, it was 0544 019 552. Max Buy, a year Hat-Trick promo. A year Hat-Trick promo. Hey.
You can't tell what your baby will become or what his interest will be. You can provide your growing babies with yummy goodness. Yum Vita is a delicious cereal for your baby. Oh yeah, older ones love it too. Yum Vita is filled with yummy goodness for growing babies and is available in other yummy variants. Yum Vita, a delicious way to grow. This advert is FDA approved.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
If tomorrow is Judgment Day, and I'm standing on the front line, and the Lord asks me what I did with my life, I will say I spent it with you. It's alright. If I wake up in World War III,
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
and I feel like I wanna go home, it's okay if you're coming with me. It's alright. If I lose my fame and fortune, really don't matter. And I'm homeless on the street, oh Lord. And I'm sleeping in Grand Central Station. Okay. It's okay if you're sleeping with me.
It's 36:57.
As the years they pass us by, we stay young through each other's eyes.
And if you are an importer or exporter, you're looking to improve your global trade experience, we know trade financing comes with its complexities, but at CBG, we believe that doing business should always be hassle-free. CBG's Trade Solutions give you financing, takes off your trade financing challenges. So take advantage of our trade solutions and expand your international trade transactions while building a good credit history. Call us now, 0302-216-000. Email talktous@cbg.com.ga. Our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Visit all of them. Like them, follow. You'll be amazed how life can change just with this journey, because with CBG we stand with you. Sapient and Vision, a proud subsidiary of Innovari, invites board risk committee members, excos, CEOs, managers, and risk professionals to the 9th edition of Risk Summit Africa. Global Risk, Local Impact, Building Strong Systems and Institutions for a Resilient Future. That's our theme. And we are running this from the 29th to the 30th of July. Crown Forest Hotel near Winneba is the venue. 8 a.m. each day. It's an exclusive off-site experience with high-level conversations, powerful networking, and curated moments to unwind and recharge. Delegate packages include 16,000 Ghana cedis, full accommodation, all-inclusive summit experience, and 11,000 Ghana cedis summit participation only, and exclusive of accommodation. RiskSummitAfrica.com is where to register. 0540-668-414. Call this number now for more details. Step away, think deeper, lead stronger. Now, this July, Ghana will host a global energy leaders and experts at the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, GIPCON 2026, on the theme Building a Resilient Downstream Policy, Innovation and Investment for Growth. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic, is our distinguished guest of honor. Our speakers include the Energy Minister, Honorable Dr. John Abdullahi Jinapo, CEO of the NPA, Mr. Godwin Kujo Tamaklo, CEO of Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, Dr. Patrick Ofori, and the CEO of Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, Dr. Riverson Opon. They are some of our speakers. 16th to 17th July is when we are doing it. 8 a.m. each day, Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. This event will be climaxed with the Downstream Awards and Gala Night. Is happening on the 18th of July, 6 p.m. at Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel, Accra. Register now, gipcon.com. Call us 055-822-3678. Indeed, it will take eternity to break us. Pambro Salt Industries Limited has been in existence since 1958. So you see why I say it will take eternity to break us. We're introducing our latest product. Pambro's refined iodized salt is now available in 250g and 500g sachets. Just a pinch of Pambro's refined iodized salt brings out the taste of the food. Pambro's refined iodized salt is available in all major markets, supermarkets, and local provision shops nationwide. 0266-823-589. Call us now because Pambro's iodized salt kitwe bi pe tia diemu bruta. Happy birthday to Mary Nyamicha Samoa, CEO, Sportless Travel and Tours and Sportless Aviation and Professional Training Institute, Kumasi. The message is that may the Lord Almighty continue to grant you the native wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in all endeavors as you progress in tourism, hospitality, aviation, and arts industry. God bless you and your family in folds as you continue to help and support others in life. This is from your family, your friends, your staff at Sportless Travel and Tour, as well as the tourism, culture, and creative arts industry, especially Kofi Attah-Mensah, Deputy Director, Corporate Affairs, Ghana Tourism Authority. Okay. Good morning, Bernard and CBS crew. Please help me wish Apostle Victor Salome a happy anniversary. Today marks another year when he was ordained into the apostolic office. May the oil never run dry. May he continually flow in the apostolic ministry. This is from Mr. and Mrs. Moses Yevu and son from Ashiama.
Happy birthday to
yes, please.
Nana Akosia Koran Labi Suhum Amankrado and Kobiahima, known in private life as Irene Daso Berry. Thank you for the work you do for the girls. May the lines fall for you in pleasant places. Amen. A couple more coming through. Yeah. I don't know if you've done them already.
Yes. This one says happy birthday to our lovely son Elijah Sayram Kwame Kudiabo. God bless your new age. You are loved and cherished. Laurentia Abana Wura sent that one.
There's one to the Director of Department of Urban Roads, Engineer James Amu Godfred.
Oh, engineer.
May God continue to bless him.
Amen.
This is from Isaac J. Kwachi. I'd like to add our name to this.
Yes.
Amo Godfred is one of the engineers who
Solid.
regularly speak to us on road
Yes.
projects. Some people make the road mysterious. They will never speak to the media, but Amo Godfred will speak to you. He will explain the
Doors
issues.
are always open.
If he doesn't know, he'll tell you he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But if he knows, he will answer. And so I like to appreciate him.
Yeah.
We need more public officers like him, because these days, when we started this work, roads, you didn't really do interviews about roads. It was mostly about health, education.
Right.
But now, if you are in the road sector, people are so conscious of the way the road is that if you need to be more public facing.
Yeah.
I'd like to also wish a very happy birthday to my friend. So this is from his wife. So let me read the message as I got it. Happy birthday to my love. My prayer is that the Lord will continue to anoint you with fresh oil and fill you with greater wisdom, grace, and power. May he protect you and grant you divine favor in every area of your life. This is to Reverend Philemon Selom Deyegbe. And it's coming from your wife. She sent this message very early. And Selom is a pastor of the Global Evangelical Church.
Okay.
He's in charge of, I think, the district around Sakumono Community 18 somewhere. But he also works at Zenith Bank.
Okay, beautiful.
And he was my classmate.
Oh, beautiful.
In secondary school. Yeah. I always tell people, Selom didn't look like a serious person when we were in secondary school. If somebody told me that Selom will become a pastor, I would never believe it.
The Lord works in mysterious
Selom
ways.
was not.
He always sitting at the back.
Damascus moment.
I met his mother at a funeral over the weekend at Global Evangelical UAB. And she said she listens to the show a lot.
Nice.
Okay.
I wanted to tell her that her son was serious when we were young. When you see Selom in his collar, the glory, the honor,
and he's releasing priestly blessings.
God is, if there's anybody, Charlie, God is in the miracle business. He wasn't serious one. He was from Tessie. He was just. Yeah,
just enjoying it.
He's such a cool guy now.
Nice, right.
Yeah. But every now and again, the tendency
small coming.
That's not my anointed.
You see
how a glue saying something.
Let me join you guys.
Sometimes we make anointing seem like it's only pastors. An anointing is an empowerment to do something. So you are anointed to do the thing you do. Caleb is anointed to do what he does. Selom is anointed to preach.
Yes.
So let's not make the anointing seem like it's only the purview of church people.
Hey, but me, I'm not anointed.
No.
You spread the anointing and you ended here.
Yeah, because I know what they do. And I know them for long.
Hey,
I'm now knowing. I know you are anointed. I don't know you are anointed. You see, I'm working with Sky since 2005. So I've worked with Sky for 21 years. Right. I worked with Caleb for almost 15 years. So I'm speaking of what I know.
Yeah, give up some.
You are definitely anointed. But for the specific thing you're anointed for, I don't know yet. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're not anointed. No. So don't put me in there.
Let's say that she's anointed to be a little cantankerous.
Okay, Caleb, let me wish yes, it's a lady I went to school with way back in primary at Victory Presby, Gloria Tanihu, that's her name. Brilliant lady, resilient and assertive. On my twin sister Audrey and I's behalf, both of us would like to wish her a happy birthday. It's belated. I think it was 2 days ago, but we wish you all the best and all your desires.
Nice one.
So let me put a birthday person. So Selom Deyegbe is with Zenith Bank at is it Tudu or something? One of the branches.
Okay.
Yeah.
CBD.
Yeah. So I have a question. Okay. Is FIFA cheating us or are we cheating ourselves? I want to understand, because you see, Cote d'Ivoire against Norway, they allowed Norway to score.
Who allowed Norway?
Cote d'Ivoire, that one they allowed. They didn't defend. They equalized 1-1 and Norway scored 2. Senegal was leading against I think it was the same Norway or some people. Belgium. With like 11 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So I was going upstairs, so let me go and
think about yourself.
It's 2-2.
Yeah.
Oh, by the time I finish, they say, they won 3-2.
They won that thing. That's it.
Then these other people to do the same thing. DR Congo self, I won't say that one was because DR Congo, when they started leading 1-0, they played well. England played, so DR Congo, you even say they cheated them like that because the England played and scored 2-1.
Yeah.
But the Egypt one, yeah, bro.
Even as we had a penalty, they didn't give us.
But you see,
we
all know that our round of 16, round of 32,
against England,
we overachieved. Because we
went too far.
But the Egypt one, no.
Yesterday was painful.
So initially, my theory was that the African teams were losing concentration. Then I read an article Godfrey wrote, who said that it was coaching. His point was that some of the coaches were either not reading the game well or they were being too arrogant to change. For example, Senegal. His point was that Senegal shouldn't have taken that Papisis guy out of the game. Because as soon as they changed him,
everything spoiled.
Belgium, who were not even doing anything, started playing well. So he said it was a coaching decision. And that the coach was probably overestimated his aptitudes. So, and he said Rudy Garcia is not a great coach. Okay. But the Egypt one, it seems, and the reason the Egypt one is an issue is it's almost like a lot of teams complain about officiating. And the fact that FIFA can decide to allow the US striker to come back in after Trump's intervention suggests that there are certain, FIFA has made us believe that there are certain considerations beyond football. Okay, so Balogun is given a red card in a match, and then he's Donald Trump calls Gianni Infantino. Infantino claims that he didn't influence the decision, but then his red card is overturned in a very bizarre way. We all know that. So it seems to us as if maybe FIFA has a certain objective. And you see, the Trump thing is what is making me believe that maybe FIFA have a certain idea of what they want to see. Okay, so to bring back Balogun, and to be fair, the Balogun red card may not have been a red card, but for a president to call the changes made. So it looks like FIFA, they have some agenda. Now, people are saying, and I'm not the one saying it, that maybe they want to see a France versus Argentina final. They want to see Messi, Mbappe round 2. So Egypt was leading 1-0. Egypt got a legitimate goal disallowed in the 43rd minute. You understand? Then some people say it was then you are leading 2-0.
No, you said legitimate.
In fact, they gave Egypt Argentina a penalty around the 17th minute. The keeper saved it.
Was it a legitimate penalty?
He said they gave.
It's 50-50. But the Egypt goal that they didn't allow, I don't agree.
Why? The rules say
the guy didn't do anything.
The rules say
that
if there is an infringement of some kind, which gives advantage to the offensive player, and he was involved in the same, and the team was involved, and eventually that results in a goal, they are entitled to review that decision because on the field of play, the referee probably didn't see it. VAR was brought in specifically to deal with these matters. So VAR reviewed the decision, on-field decision, and found that in the progression that led to the goal, the attacking player from Egypt sort of infringed.
So why didn't that same
the
VAR,
Argentine player?
Why didn't VAR opt to look at the foul that Ezra Konsa did against our Edu? Because you have to apply the rules fairly. So England versus Ghana, last few minutes of the game, Ghana player is going to score. The England guy brings him down. Now, the referee says it's not a penalty. Why didn't VAR say let's take a second look? Why is VAR choosing when they want to check and when they don't want to check?
So you see, those are legitimate questions to raise, but you have to treat the issues on a case-by-case basis.
We cannot.
While calling for consistency.
We cannot. You see, we cannot relate on case because
there are two issues.
VAR has been brought.
There are two issues here.
Assist the referees.
That's true,
and it must be applied consistently.
Yes. So
my point, you see, the reason we can't take them separately is that the narrative is that they have a certain idea of who should win a World Cup. And in that idea, a country like Ghana or Egypt is not part.
No, that's the claim.
But the evidence is clear.
No,
that from what they are saying, so Ghana shouldn't be beating England. Egypt shouldn't be beating Argentina. In their view, Senegal shouldn't be beating Belgium because what they've pictured in their head, it should include Argentina, England.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Respectfully, I disagree for a number of reasons.
They are robbing us directly.
You see, first of all, if you heard all the commentaries that went on after the game with England, right? We were still in possession of the ball, because at that point the guy attempted to play the ball. Semenyo also attempted to play it.
A foul is a foul.
Hold on.
A foul is a foul.
Hold on. Of course, we wanted to take advantage, right? If the referee made a decision, which goes against us, it is our job to protest. That is why, for instance, you find that in some cases, the players will sit on they will still be on the field, right? Raise their hand, doing all kinds of things, which then forces a review of the on-field decision of the referee. It's happened on many occasions.
Yesterday,
in fact, in the case of
yesterday, Switzerland versus Colombia, Granit Xhaka stamped a Colombian substitute, stepped on his foot, crap. Colombia had advantage for like 2 minutes. The referee allowed play to continue.
Yes.
Colombia played. When the ball went out of play, the Colombians didn't protest. The referee went back and gave Granit Xhaka a yellow card. So what I'm saying is that I'm using your point. The fact that the Ghanaian players
didn't protest
or were kicking the ball does not preclude a good referee takes note of an infringement and comes back to punish it. So yesterday, Colombia versus Switzerland, it was almost 2 minutes after the foul occurred. Colombia had the advantage.
It wasn't up to 2 minutes.
Even if it was 45 seconds. He came back and said, you remember what you did to the guy? Yes, you're yellow. If Colombia has scored, we'd have still taken the goal. So my point is, the referees know what to do. You remember the Honduran referee who wears the shoulder pad? Allegedly. That guy was determined to just disrupt Ghana. There's an agenda. And Trump has proved it.
No.
By FIFA, how can a president of a country, what has Trump done about football?
Well, he himself admitted that he didn't know about red card.
If you take your average Ghanaian JSS student and you ask him to debate Trump on football, Trump is not a football fan. How does he call Gianni Infantino and tell him that, this is not a red card? How does he know about football?
See, that goes into an entirely different realm, which is the use of American power and the way they decide to.
So if FIFA can do that for Balogun, why can't I believe that they are doing that for Messi too?
No. You see, Bernard, we need to speak on the basis of facts that are operational. On the facts of yesterday's game, the Argentine guy was fouled. He was still on the floor, whining and rolling, right? The guys went to score. VAR, the rule is that in moments like that, VAR needed to audit the goal to be sure that there was no infringement prior to the goal being scored.
Before Argentina's third goal, there was a foul against an Egyptian attacker. The Egyptians actually stopped play, thinking that they had been fouled. So if you notice, there was like a break in play, and the Argentine guy ran all the way to the top. Egypt had only 2 defenders because they believed they had been fouled. The referee didn't stop the game.
So hold on, Bernard. The rule in football we have been told repeatedly is that play to the whistle.
They are stealing.
No, Bernard. That was unfair to FIFA. They are stealing us. No, you see, the rule in the game, the principle that is always stated is that what? Play to the whistle. Play to the whistle.
Which whistle?
Play the whistle of the referee. And you are told that when even there is a goal, don't assume that it is a goal until it is audited, fact-checked, and everything that is okay, this is good. On the matter you raised yesterday.
I've been watching World Cup since 1990.
That's fair.
I've watched World Cup since 1990.
Hold on. So
it's not a shoulder pad where you don't come and teach us football. We've been watching World Cup since 1990.
Yeah, but VAR was not done there.
And they're giving worse decisions now.
Hold on. We can debate about the
you know my problem. CAF stuff is not serious. That's my problem because CAF anytime is serious.
Let me just
you see UEFA when the people when they brought Balogun's red card.
The red card issue.
UEFA is unhappy.
But why were they not unhappy when they suspended Cristiano Ronaldo's red card?
No, that's a different issue.
No, it's not a different issue.
Yeah, but UEFA,
the question is whether the rule is there.
I'm saying that UEFA.
As to whether the rule is there, people are not asking that question. Is the rule there?
French football. After a Peruvian MP insulted.
That was completely condemnable. Yeah.
French football
was an irresponsible comment.
Yeah. So I'm saying CAF, I'm a bit serious. Yeah. Because CAF, you can sit in your house and decide that after 6 months of a tournament, you give a cap to Morocco over Senegal. How will you be taken serious to fight for African football?
No, you see,
that's what I'm saying.
Because people have the view that CAF should be speaking, for example, where you have a France-Morocco game coming up, and all the officiating, all the referees are Argentine. Referee Facundo Tello, Argentina. Assistant referee 1, Juan Pablo Belatti is an Argentine. Assistant referee 2, Gabriel Shad, Argentine. Fourth, Dario Herrera,
the Argentina, but they want to use
Christian Navarro. All of them.
I'm saying that CAF. No, I'm saying CAF themselves are very serious. Because if CAF were serious, they will wait 6 months after the tournament and can't tell you that Morocco has won.
Oh, that is a legitimate.
So if CAF now gets up to even say they are protesting for us, we have to take them serious.
No, Bernard, again, we should allow the institutions to work.
But like I won't even watch.
Wait. You see, I think we discussed this matter here after the tournament.
Yes.
And we read the piece I wrote about how Morocco handled the situation, how Senegal. Exactly.
I remember that.
Many months later, the institution within CAF responsible for investigating these matters, hearing the matter and determining it, came out to say that they didn't think that Senegal had won. So they reversed the win on field. Now the Senegalese have appealed that. That process is still ongoing.
That's why I'm saying CAF is not serious.
It is not about these things take time.
You see, UEFA are not happy with what the Belgians suffered in the hands of the Americans with the Balogun issue. And UEFA is unhappy.
And I'm saying that even the Europeans are being inconsistent.
No, but they are
it served their interest that Cristiano Ronaldo's red card.
I'm saying, but you should say, Sky, why should if you're a father, shouldn't you set the interest of your children? What principles?
They are not.
The Europeans have never been principled. Their only principle is that they are working in their self-interest. It's only Africans who don't work in their self-interest. Europeans are telling you that it's only. In fact, that's how you live your life. Europeans, when it serves them, they will condemn something. When it doesn't serve them, they will come and tell you that this is bad.
But we shouldn't follow that example.
But that's what is making them dominate us.
No.
But I
understand that when the game is rigged,
Europeans are being inconsistent and helping them to win the World Cup. Then who are you? You CAF wake up and say the way officiating is going. Do a catalogue of refereeing decisions and point out the inconsistency. Make noise about it. It will lead to some change. You see, even if you don't, you see this is what I'm pointing. If somebody is bullying you and you say, "Oh, it's normal," you keep bullying him forever. If he slap you, slap him back. Hey. Then tomorrow morning, and slap him.
I thought the Bible says when somebody slap you,
but it says don't give the devil a chance. Resist me. Resist the devil, and he will get from you. Yes. So CAF, what CAF should do is commission. They should analyze the decisions against African teams, right? And they should make a case about the inconsistent application of VAR and raise it at the next FIFA Congress. If we didn't fight, we'll still have only 2 African teams in the World Cup. Everything we've got, we fought for.
Yeah,
in this world, if you don't fight, you don't get anything. So this CAF, Europe is inconsistent. Why should they be consistent? Europe is inconsistent because when they overturn Ronaldo's red card, it favors them. When they overturn Balogun's red card, it doesn't favor them. That's what you do. WTO, and you fight. Yeah, you don't sit down and say you are nice at Joe Dagby and we are sitting down every day. Meanwhile, we have the numbers. We have the youth. We have the people. We don't know what we have. We're always selling things free to Europeans. They are cheating us every day. And you are sitting in the football too. They are cheating you.
You see, what do you call
CAF should stop that.
Azuma Nelson said something many years ago that when you go into the ring, come with your own referee. Beat the guy so that everybody understands that this one, be saying referee will come, say we score
for external factors.
Exactly. You were leading 2-0.
Yes.
Until the 76th, 75th minute. Right?
Yes.
You made substitutions that did not help your cause. You had met Messi on the other side. A person who could make one split pass and then everything impossible happens. You understand? You needed to have been aware of that. You were aware of that for 75 minutes and you kept the guy silent.
But a referee's decision can change that. Because if I was fouled in the box and you didn't blow the whistle, and then the people take a break and go and score me.
No, that
is the referee's decision.
No, this one even doesn't. The first goal had nothing to do with referee.
They are stealing us.
The first goal.
What's the game again? They are stealing. Consistent robbery. Consistent.
The first goal had nothing to do with rigging. The guy lobbed the ball over, went to the guy, and then he scored.
I don't even watch the World
Today, you say you watch it tonight. No, let's give it, Charlie. Bernard Benz. Now we bring you tech and social media trends very shortly, but did you know that the mattress you sleep on can affect your health, comfort, and productivity? Many cheap mattresses are made from low quality mattresses that can lead to discomfort, poor sleep, and unnecessary replacement cost. Choose quality, choose comfort, choose durability. We've done this for 6 decades. Latest Foam have been Ghana's trusted mattress brand, providing certified quality and match comfort for homes across the country. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or latexfoamghana.com. Call us 0322-029-365. This is the number to call in Accra. In Kumasi, call 0302-231-155. Latest Foam is your partner for life. Zenith Bank says stay alert, shine your eyes when someone calls claiming to be from Zenith Bank. Fraudsters can sound professional, confident, and convincing. They may ask you to confirm your account details, help resolve a supposed problem, or secure your account. Remember, Zenith Bank will never ask for your PIN, password, or OTP over the telephone, email, or via any channel. If a caller asks for this information, do not share. End the call immediately and contact Zenith Direct on 054-2000-111. Shine your eyes, stop the fraud, spot the fraud, stop the fraud. This is a message from Zenith Bank in partnership with the Ghana Association of Banks. It's time for tech and social media trends, and that's brought to you by Telecel. Samuel Akom.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Akom.
Yes, sir. Major Taylor.
Like hunger.
No. On your hunger. Well, 2 meanings. They have 2 meanings. The normal one, akom, is the ones the fetish priest. Yeah, but the meaning of mine is not that. Mine has a different meaning. Mine means greatness.
I see.
No. What will happen to what you will believe? So,
you look at some experts you relate to us like this.
You've been listening to politicians. No, are weak.
What's the tech and social media trends?
Yes, tech and social media trends. The first part of the trend is what has already been discussed, Egypt versus Argentina. That game is trending on social media because first of all, Argentina launched a comeback against Egypt in the late hours of the game, and it is trending alongside FIFA. Some of the opinion that the game was quote unquote rigged in favor of Argentina. Some have also said there is a script that Argentina needs to be in the finals of this year's competition. I'm saying allegedly. I mean, that is what is being said on social media with regards to that game. Still on that game, the coach for Egypt did crossed arm gesture in front of the referee, and basically that crossed arm gesture means that you are reporting an act of racism. If you experience an act of racism in the game, that is what you do to show that there's an act of racism. It was basically approved in 2023 by FIFA, so it is not a wrong gesture to do. But then the concerns were that is it that he thinks the game was rigged in favor of Argentina, that's why he did that. So that's a conversation with regards to that particular game. And trend number 3, a woman, right, reportedly gave the car her husband gifted her as a seed offering to a pastor. So a man gifted the wife a car on her birthday.
Yes.
Then the wife went to give the car to a pastor.
He takes the car so
seed.
No. You see, maybe rotten seed.
Let's check the brand of the car.
The brand of the car. Oh, it is Toyota.
Toyota what? Toyota what?
Elantra. Toyota Elantra.
Elantra is Hyundai.
No, Toyota doesn't have Elantra.
So Hyundai.
Let me.
Maybe the woman is believing God for
something.
For hard things. Toyota Land Cruiser.
Yes.
And then you have donated a much smaller version.
So it's
using the seed to sow.
Was the number was it now? But you know, the catch in this is that the husband met the pastor in the car in town. And there was a confrontation because he wanted to take the car back. So
the
woman did not inform the husband. So the husband met the car in town, and
that's
there was a confrontation.
But if you give something to someone, you have lost all control over it.
That's the conversation.
That's the point.
That's your spouse.
It is irrelevant. I mean,
it is relevant.
It is irrelevant. Once you have gifted it, it means that all the rights that come with the property,
the legal right. But you gifted in good faith.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You understand? So within a context,
for the ease and comfort,
you have a moral conversation around the gift.
So maybe moral, you know.
Yeah. So you can't.
You got to Supreme Court. Is that Charlie, that's an interesting one. So there was a confrontation between the
husband wanted to take the car. Yes.
Wow.
So that's a trend on social media as well. And then trend number 4, hashtag Ket Okweku out is trending. Some, social media influencers have the opinion that it is about time he's changed as president of the Ghana Football Association. So that is also a conversation on social media. I mean, following Black Stars' exit from the 2026 World Cup campaign. Now, tech news. Are you aware that how you use your mobile phone affects your shape? I mean, how you stand, how you sit.
Stature?
Yeah. It affects that.
Because sometimes people could be walking and
so they're on their phone. So this latest science reports on BBC suggest that your phone and its digital cameras may be altering the shape of your neck. I mean, how your neck posture is, hurting your vision, as well as affecting your hands. So it will get to a point where you hold things and you can't really have a firm grip of it because of the frequent use of these digital devices. So they're advising that you need to minimize, the rate at which you use them. So that is the tech news for today.
Moderation
is the key here.
Important.
That's right.
Greatness. Greater come.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
There are many reasons to connect, and it's all to put smiles on the faces of those you love.
Daddy, thanks for the tea cash, okay? I love you.
That's my daughter Angela. Caring for my parents, that's my duty. I also get to pay my utility bills easily with Telecel Cash, and to the suppliers at my shop.
Hello, sir. Telecel Cash payment received right on time. Thank you.
I get to make them smile because I can pay to my suppliers' merchant numbers, even on other networks directly. My dear ones, we keep the connection stronger when our family, friends, and business relations are happy. Live on cash, enjoy convenience, and make those who matter smile when you send them money with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
From the heart of Africa we stand, building dreams across the land. Every step we take aside, helping you rise, taking you higher. close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher. African Bank with global reach. BOA make your future glow. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher. African Bank with global reach. BOA make your future glow. BOA, we go there for you night and day. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
Charlie, trim I'm nice. I get some serious meeting. Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but you relax. Momo day.
Hey, what funny.
Yes, so I borrow small, sort myself out, I pay back. We move. Spoil there. Ah, Charlie, you sure say you pay back? Yes, so that anytime somebody else they need them, Momo day. Be like I for can't borrow some more. Hey, you this boy. Don't go there and disgrace yourself. Allah, motion.
Responsible borrowing be the real flexo for today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Borrow, sort them, pay back. Momo day.
Careful, Charlie. Turn them small, make it pass the door. Yes, like that. Yo, my guy, what happened? Hey, you get new TV. Charlie, major upgrade for the tournament season. Oh, this your TV there. The only way I go watch matches for your house. Oh. How much you buy them? I don't buy them. I win them from the Samsung Win Big promo. Hey, make serious. How? Simple. I buy my Samsung Galaxy phone from an authorized dealer where I visit www.samsung.txtghana.com where I enter my details to enter the draw. Then boom, I win this 85-inch Samsung TV. Charlie. Where more prices today? Galaxy phones, tablets, watches, fridges, washing machines, and more every week. Then I go buy Samsung with that.
This promo is on from now till July 3rd. Buy a Samsung Galaxy device and stand the chance to win exciting Samsung prizes every week. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Carters Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Everybody is a winner in the Ungalicious Abiwa promo. Over 4 million worth of cash and prizes to be won. Just look out for the special Ungalicious promo packs. Submit 20 Unga powder promo sachets and 20 Unga shrimp tablets promo wrappers at any Unga redemption center near you and receive your scratch card. Scratch to review your unique code. Send to *713*27# and win instantly. Cash prizes up to 200,000 Ghana cedis, deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more. Promo runs from 15th April to 15th July 2026. Hurry, don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. This advert is FDA approved.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Old pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing?
18 minutes past 8, the breakfast show. Every dream has a home. Welcome to Heritage Christian University at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, where you are assured of value-driven education that prepares you for the world of work. Students are challenged to turn ideas into businesses that feed families and employ communities. Admission is in progress for our wide range of undergraduate and graduate programs. Call 054-7777-731 or visit hcu.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. Vita infant cereal with milk is making feeding time easy. It's enriched with 16 essential minerals and vitamins. You only need to add previously boiled water. It comes in 3 exciting variants: wheat, rice, maize, for an amazing price of just 5 to 50 pesos. This is real value for money. Affordable, nutritious, and convenient. Vita, good nutrition for a strong start. Do you know that SNIT pensioners can now engage a qualified healthcare professional from the comfort of their homes? Well, SNIT, in partnership with the Trust Hospital and the National Health Insurance Authority, has introduced the SNIT telehealth service to provide convenient access to healthcare for pensioners. With this service, pensioners can consult a doctor or healthcare professional remotely for medical advice, routine health concerns, and follow-up care without the stress of traveling to a hospital. To access the service, simply dial the toll-free number 0800 877 555. Speak to a certified healthcare professional today. SNIT Telehealth, quality healthcare at your convenience. And Valex Lease Equip is Ghana's leading photocopier leasing company. We lease multifunction photocopiers, which you can pay as you copy and print or design your own payment plan. Lease an 8483 heavy-duty MFP with sorter, stapler, finisher, and production machine. You can also enjoy free toner, cartridges, free repairs, free maintenance, and more. With this amazing offer, you save yourself over 60% on cost. Visit valexlease.com or call 0244644048. Remember, Valex Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Now let's talk about SuperSem. In a world moving towards sustainability, SuperSem Cement is leading the way with LC3 technology and eco-friendly innovation, making as Ghana's best choice. Choose SuperSem Superfast 32.5 hour for plastering, mortar, screeding, and block laying. Use our heavy-duty SuperSem Superpower 42.5 hour grade. Is durable for foundations, coastal works, and high-rise structural work. SuperSem Cement, it dries fast, is waterproof, and it prevents moisture damage and powdery walls. 0553 060 517 is the number to call today. We are available at all leading building material outlets across Ghana. SuperSem, build your dream. Now, you've probably noticed the lights go off when you least expected. Plans interrupted, businesses forced to pause, and homes left in the dark at inconvenient times. Translight Solar is here to help you. With Translight Solar, you enjoy consistent, reliable power every single day. No interruptions, no surprises. Our smart solar solutions are designed to keep your lights on, your appliances running, and your operations moving while helping you cut down electricity costs. We are offering exclusive installation discounts starting at 34,000 Ghana cedis only, with flexible payment options. Call us now, 0256 040 838. Visit translightsolar.com for more. Translight Solar, reliable power, total peace of mind. Admissions are ongoing at the Lexus University College for all who are seeking world-class education, market-driven professional qualification, or who want to top up their qualifications from diploma to bachelor's degree. We run the following undergraduate programs: BSc Nursing, Midwifery, Human Resource Accounting, IT, and a host of other courses. Find out more at delexusuniversity.edu.gh. We are located at Tema Community 25, Peace B Junction. WhatsApp us 0577-734-549.
Sky, I want you yourself to read the comments that are coming in. I want you to read it with your own mouth.
So this comment is coming in from a friend who is a lawyer, and Patrick basically says, let me read a comment.
I'm sure he agrees with me and disagrees with you.
Oh yes, I mean, he loudly disagrees with me. So Patrick says, I vehemently disagree with you on your devil's advocacy this morning. The referee was in error in almost his decisions against almost all of his decisions against Egypt yesterday. It appears there's an agenda. FIFA has lost its credibility and integrity in this tournament. How was Egypt's foul taken and goal disallowed, yet Argentina's foul was not taken? The inconsistency was too obvious. Bernard is right. There appears to be a desired eventual winner of the tournament. Don't allow the Messi in you cloud your judgment.
I know you like Messi. We all like Messi. They shouldn't do that. Read more.
Okay, more comments. Well, yeah, where are the...
I want him to read himself.
Hey, Godfred, yes, the comments.
Godfred, why did you do that? Charlie, we have somebody here. He's doing something.
Yeah, better than team. I keep saying that the second half hydration break should be investigated when it comes to the African teams in this World Cup, especially during the knockout stages. It's strange. All the African teams seem to lose their way after the hydration break. Just check the trend. At this show, they take the same water. Oh, Charlie, this is not healthy. This is not
it's a question he's asking.
Okay.
But teams hydrate themselves. So I don't think that arises.
This was the hello better than team. Kindly check the officials for the France and Morocco game on Thursday. They are all from Argentina.
I don't think that has anything to do with anything.
And this one says, Bernard, good morning. In the same match Sky is talking about, if you look at the second goal of Argentina, there was also a foul against an Egyptian player. So why didn't VAR apply the same rules
Ask again.
they used to disallow Egypt's second goal?
Ask again.
Why didn't they apply the same rule to the Argentine third goal?
You see?
Well, the question is whether there was clear and obvious.
Hey, there was. Don't have a big English to confuse us. We all know football.
The other one is from SJ in Springton. Says, Ben, I agree with you 100%. These games are rigged, and we must call a spade a spade.
Correct.
See how the FIFA boss was celebrating at the Argentina's goals. Very unprofessional. The least said, the better. So you are celebrating football, you can't clap for
you should be neutral.
He's an independent
You should be objective.
This one says that Bernard, do you know that okay, we read something similar. Yeah, this one from King inside Chibi says, is Bernard a conspiracy theorist?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, then he says the lighter. Sky is a lawyer, so he's forcing to speak everything based on fact. But deep down, he knew that what is going on is some way.
Deep down,
articulating a minor motive. This was a better. Yesterday, I felt the pain. I'm with you. I won't watch the football again. Oh, why?
You know, I like Egypt. I was in UK when I meet Egyptians. They say they like Ghana. They like Ghana football.
Yeah.
So Egypt is of a lot of the North African countries. I think Egypt is the most progressive when it comes to the African cause.
The Pan-African cause.
We have a shared history. Nkrumah's first family was from there. A lot of Egyptians are very, even though they are very Arab, they are also very African. So I have a soft spot for Egypt. And Mohamed Salah is also playing. Salah is my player.
Do you remember what they did to Junior Agogo?
But you know, we did them so. You remember we did them 6-1. So
Junior Agogo.
No, but Egypt came here and we gave them 6-1.
No, I said, do you know how they treated
when
Junior
he played
Agogo
there?
When he went to play there.
What did they do to him? Zamalek.
They finished him. It became a whole matter.
I mean, that's just right.
But I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is that Egypt of the North African teams,
he's more.
If you look at the teams that a Ghanaian can say, we have a better history with Egypt.
Of course. Of course. I mean, Egyptians, they see themselves as Africans. No two ways about that. So, and if they didn't have a fair treatment yesterday, truth be told, but is there any bigger inequality in the intervention of the U.S. president? Charlie. Is there anything worse than that?
I've never seen something in my life before. And and he's talking about it too. It's not like he's doing it in secret too.
No. And the other thing is that
it's transparent.
There are other people who are giving him funds.
And there was some picture I saw. He was sitting on his desk, and then his foreign minister Marco Rubio and Infantino were standing, and he did like this. They should talk like it's like headmaster listening to students. So Infantino wasn't sitting down; he was standing there, and then Trump was listening to him. Like,
but I have a feeling this thing it hasn't seen we haven't seen the end of it yet.
That's in the president calling FIFA boss.
The effect of the overturning the red card.
That's why England is also saying they should overturn their own.
Yeah, but Samens, that's where the issue is. You see, this is the first high-profile use of the rule. 27 was in the case of Cristiano Ronaldo. In their last, qualifier, he elbowed some guy violently, given straight red. He was supposed to serve 3-match ban. Then FIFA suspended the red card. So he served one suspension against some friendly
inconsequential team.
Exactly. And then the rest, the two of them, which should have been served during the World Cup,
they let him play.
No, wait. Now, let's interrogate the process that overturned the so-called suspension. That's what we are talking about.
Not the suspension, not the fact of the suspension, but the process that led to the suspension.
So the Portuguese president called and told them that they should reverse it.
Exactly. So I mean, in that case, we don't know.
No, I'm just asking.
That's the point.
Okay,
but I'm saying that, for instance, if the US team, the national team,
had appealed
the
Balogun thing,
which others would do,
which we are told they did.
And the wait. I'm just saying, if that is what accounted for the reversal, that would be normal. But this is the president saying that he had to call them. And now the president goes ahead to say that he is suspicious of the referee.
Yeah.
And that the referee has a pass that if he rush her, he go blow a cover.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
this man.
So many things. That's
when they interviewed Tyler Adams, the a UK-based US player, Flash Obon, he said he didn't even know that they had appealed the Balogun thing, and that was news to them that the US president got involved. So my point is that the difference in the Ronaldo case, not to hold brief for the Ronaldo, is that if the process used was a regular process,
the FIFA president said clearly that the same process that was used was the same process used as this.
But that's what he's
committee
saying.
handled it. No, hold on. They've spoken publicly.
Yeah.
And that the only issue here is that somehow it got leaked to the media that Donald Trump had called Gianni Infantino and during their conversation spoke about the matter.
Good.
And then he had told him that this matter was being handled by the committee that normally deals with these matters.
In the Ronaldo case, did anybody call anybody?
That we don't know.
So we deal with what we know. We don't deal with what we don't know.
You see,
so if you don't know it, why do you want to use it?
No, but so can we say, look, did the committee deal with it? You can only raise issues when there is an appearance of involvement by an external party.
This is not an appearance.
There's an obvious external party.
The US president himself say he called the guy.
And he's even giving us reasons. Beyond the reasons. First, he said that he said, I'm a sports-loving man. That was not a foul. Yeah, they were both struggling, man.
It's a very dangerous precedent because Donald Trump, the president of the US, can express a view on TV and say, "Oh, I thought that was an unfair red card. That's his within his right to do so. But to call the FIFA president as host of the World Cup, knowing who Mr. Trump is, you cannot tell me that it is an undue, inappropriate. It discredits FIFA. FIFA has lost credibility, and that's why everybody is now appealing red cards. They can't go around this in any other way. There's nothing they can say to convince us that it wasn't Trump's call that caused them to overturn the red card.
See, I think we need more evidence than merely a call to FIFA. Let me explain.
You know who Trump is?
I beg, with the greatest respect. Allow me.
Evidence is what Trump has given. Trump himself has given.
Allow him. There have been times that people
win what they woke up
and say that, oh, your people did the story, blah 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 blah. You know that we are the ones dealing with those stories. So you say that, look, you are not dealing with that matter. And so you don't get involved. We decide what happens eventually.
Infantino told FIFA that.
And what I'm saying is that the man had said that a committee is responsible for this. Unless we have evidence to prove that Infantino somehow, after that call, got involved in the process and spun the process in a way that produced the outcome that you and I are talking about.
But you know we don't have that. Based on what we know, Donald Trump says that
I caused the people to change
the people.
Sam makes all kinds of claims.
No. This is the official statement from the president of the United States
that he called,
which has been corroborated by other people.
But that did not influence the process.
How do you know it didn't influence the process?
He has been congratulated by other senators and Congress people for having intervened.
He even wanted to summon
their mask.
He can even summon.
That's what we know. What we don't know, we can't base any conversations on that. But what we are saying is that it sends a bad signal.
Terrible.
That is true.
For the organization called FIFA. That's what we are saying.
Fair.
Apart from that, it's a very toxic precedent.
Very, very negative
You
precedent.
understand?
Dangerous.
So what if in response the Belgian Prime Minister had also responded? What has football then achieved?
Some way.
War of words.
Yeah.
You understand? We're just saying that
politicians don't get involved in football decisions.
They could have done it in a better way.
Which is where I'm now saying that based on that. Now, you see, you have a brilliant lawyer. You can be a good defense lawyer. So you can ask me questions. We have, you see, as I'm saying, I started watching World Cup in 1990. So it's not, with greatest respect, Trump who will teach us what football is.
That's true.
What he did was political interference. And I'm saying that number
Which
two,
is true, yes.
it has weakened FIFA's position. So now I am strong when I tell you that even FIFA bench are very serious, because what they are even doing with all the referee decisions I'm saying, we are seeing inconsistency in application. Now, if a host country can influence you to overturn a red card on a footballing matter, what else? So the question I'm asking is, what other considerations is FIFA having? That's the point. So are they making us believe that it's a fair competition for the best team, or they have some commercial interest, they have some advertising interest, they have some own sentimental interest? It raises questions, which is why when you have a discretion to exercise, if you don't exercise it in the right way, you open yourself up to many things. I am saying that FIFA's credibility has been seriously damaged by the Balogun issue, and refereeing decisions we've seen, particularly concerning so-called lesser teams, makes it very clear that they have an agenda not to let certain kinds of people win the World Cup. When they designed the World Cup, in their head, Brazil, Argentina, Germany, France, Egypt, where is that? Ghana, who are these people? No, it's not part of it wasn't designed that way. And we will believe that until their behavior proves otherwise.
No.
All the legalists will say, we'll hear, but we won't take it.
Better, you see. I think let's err on the side of caution. You know, Trump says all kinds of things all the time. And all of these things, a good number of times, people come and dispute them. He said many things about the war in Iran, and those claims have been disputed repeatedly. What I'm saying is that what was confirmed was that indeed there was some engagement on the phone. Some of the details came out. What is not before us is whether beyond that conversation there was concrete action taken by Infantino to influence the committee in one way or the other. We are told that the committee looked into the matter and came out fairly with a decision
based on the instruction of the US president.
The man has told us.
This guy
has told us.
See what he's doing?
He himself
he used the word intervention when it comes to the president's interference. Yet he's saying that we should take the committee's work as sacrosanct. If a committee is sitting and a person of influence has called the committee's boss to give him an instruction. We have every reason to believe that what the committee did was not objective.
On the face, and before you hold your thought. Now Trump is threatening the referee.
Yeah, okay, he will blow his cover.
Yes, he's threatening the referee.
He blow his cover.
They've done the profile of the referee and they know him. They know what he's done in the past.
And you are telling me that this doesn't influence a referee?
You see,
as soon as some referee said they watch, he's afraid. Doesn't.
I'm telling you, the referee who superintended over the match, the US match,
yes,
he was afraid to even give card.
Yes,
because Charlie they go wheel out from the
affect the family visa forever. That's why the Belgians said overturn this 4-1 result.
You see, I agree with you that,
but they shouldn't dare CAF because CAF can overturn.
Such brutal use of executive authority can undermine many things.
It will
on the face of it. On the face of it.
Not on the face of it.
And whoever advises the president should have this at the back of his mind. But as we know, this is a man who has done many untoward things. Right? He's a man of many flaws. Right? We have seen that repeatedly.
Yes.
At the crux of this matter for me is whether we can say for sure that beyond merely making a call, there was some active involvement of Infantino in the decision-making process.
We can't say anything for sure.
So can I ask?
We can't say anything, but we believe what we believe.
So the outcome, of Trump's intervention was what, the revocation of the red card?
Yes. No, it was suspension. It was suspended, and a fine imposed
for a crucial game. Yes.
Do we think that was a fair outcome?
Do we think?
Yes. On the face of it, does that appear a fair outcome?
No.
Given what happened in the game and that decision, is it fair? That's my question number one.
Correct.
Question number two, in as much as Trump has an interesting character as a person, he represents the world's most powerful country. He's supported by an executive that doesn't just have power over the United States,
over everybody,
but literally the entire country. So in as much as Trump may engage in certain trivial conduct on social media, etc.,
what is he doing?
He represents the interest of a powerful nation that has authority. So their intervention,
you can even consider wake up.
so that's intervention, and he overtly talks about it, that this is what he did to change the decision. I believe, and you answer those questions, please, but I believe that it still paints a picture of an unfair game. Bernard may extend it to another node higher, and somebody will suggest that he's engaging in conspiracy theories, but the fact that it creates an appearance of unfairness, it's a dent on the credibility of FIFA.
You see, Kaka,
so please, the two questions.
Yeah, I'll answer them. I agree with you on the principle of appearance of unfairness by reason of someone misconducting himself, going beyond what he should ordinarily do, right? But as you do know, the principle of law is not that appearance of unfairness would necessarily lead to a guilt.
But the outcome is also important in there.
You see, so then that is why core elements must be established as to be sure that beyond what was said publicly or maybe privately in that conversation, there resulted an outcome which was influenced by A, B, C.
Are you the one who
so that's my question. Is the outcome fair or unfair?
You said justice must not only be done, but must be manifestly seen to be done. Then you also say that there must be no appearance of this abuse of discretionary power. You use all those big things.
That's why I asked you the question about the fairness of the decision.
Exactly.
Does the decision come off as fair, the outcome?
Or is it consistently applied? So, for example, England have said they should overturn Kwanzaa's decision. Would they overturn it?
Well, so the question is, have they put in the application? Have they made a request? Has the committee sat on it? Have they decided it fairly on the facts without anybody's influence? What I'm saying is that, yes, on the face of it, what Trump did was wrong. No president should do that.
But you want to absolve FIFA?
No. You see, so what are you expecting Infantino to do? You are the president. He should release
the voting. He should release the analysis of the decision they made and compare it to previous decisions and show us his consistency.
That's a fair.
So what he can do is to say, I'll say, okay, this is the time we met 8 people voted, 5 were for, 3 were against. And by the way, the last 10 decisions we took were all based on the same thing. Then I'll believe it. If he doesn't do that, then I'll believe that Trump influenced him.
Sky, you see,
it lies on him. It doesn't lie on me to find. You see, what you are trying to shift the burden. The burden is not on. The burden is on FIFA. You see, what Trump has said places the burden on FIFA to prove that it is fair. It's not a burden on me to prove that Trump has not influenced them. The burden is on the FIFA, not on me.
That's my concern, that it will not be easy to establish whether or not that phone call led to the influence. The outcome of that decision, its fairness, whether or not it is a fair outcome, is what will determine that there was some undue influence.
You see, it is the case that we all, right, including members of FIFA, like the member unions who make up FIFA and all of that, should exert pressure to ensure that document is out. How was the decision made? Who were the people involved? At what point did they make the decision? Was there any external influence that came in? Is there any evidence to support that? If all of those questions lead to a positive response,
that decision still have been made without such a phone call, that should be part of the consideration.
That is exactly the point I'm making. So that ultimately all of us are satisfied that, this thing was transparent. It was just some errant president who decided to do it. The question we should ask ourselves is, are we not being unfair to Infantino? Wait, let me. Allow me. Was he entitled to refuse a call from the president of a host nation?
Charlie.
No, was he entitled? Look, someone's in this
to refuse a call.
A call from
no, he didn't have to refuse.
Exactly. But the question
it is to act on the demands of the call.
But sometimes
no. You see, without giving a semblance of due process.
But did he act on that? That is where the evidence doesn't give us.
But it's a correlated activity.
Yes.
It's a correlated activity.
Okay.
This one says, I have called and demanded that they reverse. That's what he says. Now, they actually reverse. Now they are telling us that, we reverse because we went through our own processes.
Let me give you an example. Let's assume I'm a state agency, I'm a procurement entity, and then a minister calls me to instruct me that I must give the contract to Caleb. Right? And the call is recorded. So maybe 3 people have bidded for something, and then he says, give the thing to Caleb, and then I give it to Caleb.
Yes.
Will you in the media come and say what the minister did was right, and that the guy who gave the thing to Caleb did the right thing? Even if the Caleb was the right person, the call of the minister in telling you to give it to him has completely compromised the process.
But hold on.
So if at best you suspend decisions on that issue until after the match, because once you have been called by the President Trump, it colors the process.
That's the
so what you can say is that, because I've been called by the president, let's even hold this thing in abeyance until the match is over, so that it doesn't appear as if the decision is influenced by the man's call. So it's not like we have to prove. We don't prove anything. The man has come on air to say clearly that he has intervened and he's receiving accolades. He's receiving power yo-yo for the team. But you don't tell me that. The thing the guy do, the FIFA is under credibility test.
Hold on, Bernard.
Credibility crisis.
Let me ask this question.
Yes.
Trump had told the world that South Africans were engaging in racism. They were attacking Africans who were blah blah blah. Hold on. It is not a difficult comparison.
That's different. It's not difficult.
But Infantino has not denied that Trump called him. Has he denied it?
You see, my problem with your analysis is that my problem with your analysis is a suggestion.
Yes.
That merely because a president of the US called Infantino. Yes. FIFA without more acted on some instructions.
You are giving the benefit
without
of the
any
doubt. Yes, you have no basis to give the benefit of the doubt to Infantino or Trump. I am well within my right to believe that the call of Trump, looking at his history and FIFA's own credibility issue, it influenced.
On the basis of what?
You are superior facts.
No, we don't have. I'm asking for evidence.
What evidence? What evidence? The evidence is the man telling you that. The man's own testimony. The president of the US's testimony in the video is that if I hadn't called him crank, they'll be doing some things. So his call
to attack the referee.
So the guy is claiming in the video that he is the one who intervened for the
people can claim anything.
It's not just people. It's not the
but can we make a finding of fact that beyond someone making a claim, there was a concrete action taken to give effect to that claim?
Can we also?
It's just like me saying.
Can we also prove that? Can we also prove that? So I'll ask you the counterfactual. Can we also prove that the committee's work was not influenced by Trump?
No, you're asking me to prove a negative.
Oh.
You are making a claim that no, that's what you are trying to do.
Sky. No, that's what you are. The man's claim puts the committee's work. The man's claim puts the committee's work under credibility crisis.
Which is
so the committee is that's what I'm saying. That the burden of don't put the burden of proof on me or we who are the burden of proof is on FIFA.
Which is it is fair.
So you can say that. So
let them put the
so your question does not arise.
No,
when you say that, can I prove that? How can I prove was I there? I can only prove what I saw.
No,
that's why I said you have outcome.
Don't raise the standard of proof of inappropriate behavior to an absurd level that nobody can occupy. If an appointing authority is called, or an investigative authority is called by somebody who has undue influence on them, and the man is now claiming the success of the outcome to his call, then you're saying that I should prove that
let me give a small example. Recently, I was somewhere having a client meeting. I wasn't listening to Eyewitness News. Then an elderly person who is a former government official I respect so much kept calling. Then I told my client that, oh, excuse me, let me check because this thing, there might be something pressing. So I picked up the call. Then the person complains about an interview that was going on and someone they were speaking to that she was so angry about that she doesn't want to listen to the station again. Okay. What did I do? I calmed her down. I apologized to her that, first of all, I am not in the station as of the time that she was speaking. And I didn't know who they were talking to. But thank her for bringing this matter to my attention. I will find out what exactly the situation was. That was what I told her. Then she went off. I said, oh, she shouldn't stop listening to the station, that she's been with us for some time, so she should keep listening. So what I did was I asked my client to turn the radio onto Citi FM. So he did that. Almost immediately, the interview came to an end. What was the woman's demand? The woman's demand was that I should tell my people in the studio that the person they were talking to, she doesn't want to hear the person. Of course, it was not within my authority to do that, right? That person, probably listening to us, will go and sit somewhere and perhaps assert, with all glory, that she called Richard Sky and instructed Richard Sky to deliver a certain outcome. And almost immediately, that happened. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, that is to say that there are times that you see coincidence of outcomes or facts. Okay. Someone makes an assertion that he ordered that A, B, C, D be done. Mm-hmm. I did not call anybody at Citi FM. Yeah. I didn't text anybody. I continued with my client's meeting. But there was an outcome which would have satisfied the outcome that the person expected. Can we, in the circumstances, that this is just similar to what we are talking about.
Good example.
Yes.
Let's hear the Trump man himself. Let's hear what he said. Let's hear what. I want you to hear what man
before you come in. I'm just saying that what you just narrated. This is not the first time you would have experienced.
Exactly.
Bernard gets this all the time.
You yourself.
I get it all the time. So we can conclude that it's part of the way our job is structured.
Mm-hmm.
But we are saying that it's not all the time that the president will have to put in a call with a demand for a reversal of a decision.
We said that was completely unacceptable.
So if that happens,
yes, it's wrong.
Between the time he initiates this demand and the outcome, we wouldn't be privy to the processes and the activities that would have taken place.
That's fine.
We can only judge based on the outcome. Now, we can also talk about his own confessions about his demand and his own track record, which you have alluded to. So we are saying that based on his track record, based on his own confessions and the so-called intervention, it doesn't put FIFA in a good light.
That's all.
Let's listen to the man. Let's listen to what the man said.
Good.
So this is Mr. Trump, President.
Yes, I asked for a review by FIFA I spoke to a man who's highly respected, and by the way, whose level of respect has gone up tenfold. So I saw the play, and I'm a person that loves sports and was a good athlete, and I understand sports really well, really well. And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was two guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other. You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot when you're going, no, these were two great athletes that got tangled up, and this referee, who is a little bit suspect, if you check his past, I don't want to say that because I don't like to create controversy, but very suspect. If you'd like, I'll provide you with the past. He made a call that nobody could believe. He didn't do anything wrong, and he's our best player or one of our best players, a very vital player. And he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think it meant much. Then I started hearing that means he can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair, but when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So, yes, I asked for a review by FIFA.
No, go back. Play the last part. He said, how do you punish somebody for a game he hasn't yet played? He's asking me, and so he's asking for a rewriting of all FIFA rules, because indeed, what he's saying is that if you are punishing the guy, punish him for the game. So he's basically saying that the idea that an infraction can lead to a suspension is even alien to him. Listen to the last part. He said, how do you punish a guy for a game he hasn't even played? And he said, I didn't even know what that card meant. So Sky, no, somebody has briefed him. You see, this FIFA Sky, listen. If Mr. Trump was commenting on American football, which he knows very well, we could say it was his own decision. From the way he's talking, obviously somebody told him that, Mr. President, Balogun is our striker, he scored 3 goals for us. From the red card, he won't play the next match, and we may lose. So, we can do that. We can allow that. Let me call Gianni. Hey, Gianni, why are you doing that? Clearly, this was a man acting on advice because he doesn't understand the game. He even said that, how can you suspend somebody for a game he hasn't yet played? Isn't that normal in football?
Bernard, if I may, go ahead. In addition to the facts of the superiority of America in terms of its authority and the whole conversation about undue influence, and this is to you, Sky, is America not part of the host nations?
Yes, it is.
Doesn't that place their interest ahead if he's able to make such an intervention? The FIFA is supposed to be the independent umpire, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody who is a host nation, so their team is also playing, he definitely has an interest.
Yes.
Why should he intervene in such a decision?
See, I want to listen to the man again. The last part, I want to listen to the man again.
And I'll go back to my 2 questions.
You and I agree.
No, listen to the man again.
If he says he intervened, and the intervention is made in their favor, remember that they have an interest, they're a superpower. Is that outcome fair?
Listen to the man again. Listen, I want you to hear him again. Okay. I want you to hear him again because that part is
in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair, but when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So
you can't do that. How do you
I asked for
the FIFA rule. So, even the fact that you can suspend a player for an unplayed game is unheard of to him.
See, Sky is beg. He begs.
There is some executive ignorance here on the subject matter of the football rule we are talking about.
But I think he knows sports more than most people.
But
But it doesn't take away the power he has as US president.
You see, I understand that. You and I agree that on all the facts that we have considered, that call was wrong, misplaced. It ought not have been made. The phone call. Right. But you and I, we don't know the circumstances of it.
What we know. But the circumstance was just described.
The man has just described.
He said it's unfair.
And
two good athletes running at each other. Yeah, and they are colliding. And he said, it doesn't know what a red card means. I know what it means. And how can we spend money to do a tournament? And then you can take out a game that hasn't been played. This is the logic. We've spent billions of dollars to do the greatest World Cup ever. Since the inception of World Cup, we have organized the greatest World Cup with the largest population of 5 billion voters, 5 billion viewers. We spend money to do a World Cup. We have a second round 16 match, and you want our best players to sit at home and not watch. You can't do that. So that's the logic that you can't.
Obviously,
you cannot allow our best player.
Everyone.
You give a red card for a game. Just Charlie.
I think you see. Let's read what FIFA said after the matter became public. So they issued the statement from the chairperson of the FIFA Disciplinary Committee on July 6, 2026. Here's what the statement says. On 1st July 2026, during the FIFA World Cup 2026 match between the US and Bosnia, USA player Balogun was sent off on a red card in the 64th minute for serious foul play following a VAR review. After the match, he entered the field of play to celebrate with his teammates despite his expulsion. Paragraph 2 says, on the 2nd of July, Charlie, your thing.
Yeah, but when you are reading something from the
forgive me, I'm reading for On the 2nd of July 2026, FIFA opened disciplinary proceedings against Balogun for possible breaches of 66 of the FIFA disciplinary code, expulsion and match suspension related to the red card, and Article 14 of the FIFA disciplinary code, misconduct of players related to the celebration. 3. On the 5th of July 2026, the FIFA Disciplinary Committee found Balogun guilty of both infringements, imposed a one-match suspension, suspended on probation for 1 year, and a $40,000 fine, and notified the parties of the decision. 4. With respect to the sporting action sanction, the FIFA Disciplinary Committee imposed a one-match suspension. The decision specifically stated that this suspension included the automatic suspension that would otherwise have been served in the forthcoming FIFA World Cup match, US versus Belgium, scheduled for the 6th of July 2026. In practical terms, absent any further measure by the FIFA Disciplinary Committee, Balogun would have been ineligible to participate in that particular match. 5. However, the FIFA Disciplinary Committee went on to apply Article 27 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code, under which it was the discretion, or it has the discretion, to suspend the implementation of any disciplinary measures.
Discretionary power.
Exactly. And ordered that the implementation of the one-match suspension be suspended for a probationary period of 1 year.
On what basis?
As a result, Balogun is not required to immediately make her finish reading.
So not that they even got new evidence.
As a result, Balogun is not required to immediately serve the suspension. Instead, the sanction remains dormant during the probationary period, and will only be activated if he commits another infringement of a similar nature and gravity during that 1 year period. Should such a subsequent offense occur, the suspended one-match ban will be enforced in addition to any new sanction imposed after the later misconduct. It goes on to say that in addition to the suspended match ban, the FIFA Disciplinary Committee imposed a fine of $40,000, allocating half of the amount to the violation of Article 14 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code and half to the violation of Article 66 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code. The U.S. Soccer Federation was declared jointly liable for payment of the fine pursuant to Article 6.5 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code. Now, further, firstly, the FIFA Disciplinary Committee, as any other FIFA judicial body, is independent.
You are sweating.
As provided, it's independent, Bernard.
Don't worry.
As provided by the FIFA statutes
you are following your own
and the FIFA Disciplinary Code. the chairpersons, deputy chairpersons, and other members of the FIFA judicial bodies fulfill independence criteria as defined in the FIFA governance regulations to ensure their impartiality. Secondly, the FIFA disciplinary committee did not reverse the referee's on-field sending off of Mr. Balungu, but rather the FIFA disciplinary committee upheld the 1-match suspension of Mr. Balungu as a result of the red card he was shown on July 1, 2026. The FIFA committee only decided on the further disciplinary sanctions to be imposed following the red card. Article 66, when they go on to mention, it goes on.
So the biggest part of what you've read is that the discretion they exercise in not applying the suspension for the relevant match. Sky, there's no need to argue this. The team, Mr. Trump was unhappy. Mr. Trump didn't come and say that they are charging Balogun $40,000. He can't.
They didn't even exercise discretion.
No, they said
they claim that. No. I'm just saying that they are using the laws or the statutes to bamboozle us. They did not exercise any discretion. They were instructed to do it.
Because
they didn't reverse.
They
didn't reverse the fine.
They said here about they have affected independent, they exercise. They are lying. All of that is in here.
Sky. If they were minded to say that even the US Federation had appealed.
Precisely the point.
Nowhere in what you read were we even told that the US Football Federation appeal. That's number one. Number two, how do you
need to read the rules to know?
No, you initially said it was not the Trump, it was an appeal.
There's nowhere in the rule that says the president should appeal.
Number two, how do you suspend by discretion the punishment of missing the next game but still collect the $40,000? So clear, you see, the punishment was twofold. You are fined and you are suspended. Why didn't they revoke the fine? Which means that the discretion was exercised to only satisfy the specific aspect that Mr. Trump was unhappy with. That's why, because if Balogun's record was why is he paying $40,000?
Let me read this.
There's no need to argue.
No, hold on. It's important. Let me read this.
Other things to discuss.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, you know what?
I
give up because you are the only person on this. It's okay.
No, I beg you.
You are the only person on this.
Give me 2 minutes.
Oh no, talk.
Let me read this content. There's this article on Political. FIFA's red card committee hits back after fury over Trump intrusion. European politicians, soccer officials, and pundits have rounded on the move to let previously suspended Balogun play against Belgium. The story says that FIFA's disciplinary committee, the body that lifted the ban that we're talking about, defended its decision in a statement released hours before the kickoff in Seattle, but they didn't explain the rationale for making it. Now, they go on to say that in the 13-paragraph statement, the committee explained the body's rationale for reconsidering Balungu's suspension. Now, the review came after Donald Trump, as we do know. But here's what they said.
No, read that part. Read that part.
But we have an island of agreement on this part. Okay. The review came after President Donald Trump called FIFA chief executive last week to call for the bell
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone. You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
The region or the drink. Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana? If you were a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. The topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence (AI) in education. Advise on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left out. Remember, your essay must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent, guardian, or teacher, and include your full contact details. Submit your entry by Monday, 20th July 2026 at the front desk of Channel 1 TV or PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central. Stand the chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a laptop, and earn the title of Ghana's most outstanding all-round pre-secondary student. For more information, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by Citi FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocate Publishing.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Oh, not in a traffic is what point, sir.
Driver, police phone insurance.
Hey, my insurance will do on point.
They just arrested someone whose insurance expired last month. Now, dear, last 2 years, you are still going.
Hey, where will I pass? Let me park and now come and wait.
Oh, what's that? You hide. Just walk into the store and get the new Hollard Insure Pack.
Don't be caught wanting. Hollard Insure Pack is now available at select Malcolm stores and Shell shops nationwide. Just pick one app and the shop attendant will give you the instruction manual. Follow the instructions to complete the process. Araba Hollard will instantly send your policy document and insurance sticker straight to your WhatsApp. For more details and inquiries, call 020-546-3696 or 056-111-2777.
Bruh, what's up? Driver, where's your insurance?
Hollard Insure Pack. What is the local store right there?
Citi 97.3. Why lucky Hollard Insurance City.
Hollard Insure Pack. Hey, easy.
Moment of silence.
Something's wicked.
Citi 97.3.
Boy, hear me out. My telele, girl says she wants some dangbelele. After she sip on the champagne, she open kemini matelele. Abba, you like it. Put in her mouth and she want bite it. Things set already and me have to strike it. Like a baby pelele in the 90s. Tell you this. Deal with it, deal with it, deal with it in there. My telele, me a go deal with it about a thing where I want them. My telele, when the body buck and soft, make man if it walk past. My telele, say she go give you the body, oh. She don't want your body, oh. My telele, them they think to be hard, but we carry out the car, oh. My telele, 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 it be your own time. Me now
basa, don't call me. Take you while like a song goalie. My queen at home now when I go bowling. Man strong and fit, can so bowling. Me head up on up on a fire. No pill, no syrup, you can't cool eye. Get you way up like El Shaddai. Come fill up your cup and test no lie. Deal with it, deal with it, deal with the thing there. My tell me I go deal with it, about a thing where I want them. My tell when the body buck and sock, make man left it to walk past. My tell say she go give me the.
Now, if you're looking for world-class university experience,
Them they think you be hard, but you carry anti-car. My tell it be your own cargo. My tell take it away, don't let it go. Don't fool your body, don't take it switch you away. Plug it in, don't cut up the floor. Like chromium, nobody have to know. Whoa, yo. I like on your mahogany, you been on low. Whoa, yo. I've been daddy in a chicken window. Deal with it, deal with it in there. My tell me I go deal with it, about a thing when I want them. My tell when the body buck and sock,
So time check is 12 minutes past the hour of 9, and the City Breakfast Show. You know, today we wanted to discuss football. It became a legal argument, and we've brought a judge to settle the controversy. A justice of the Supreme Court, his lordship, Justice Leonie Kulendi,
Venerable
JSC, has joined us. Not talk about football, but the Supreme Court of Ghana has reached a very enviable milestone of a century and a half. 150 years of the Supreme Court, and in fact, Channel 1 Television is doing a documentary on this. So we invited Justice Kulendi to reflect on the seminal role of the Supreme Court in our country, in its history, and also in its democracy and its development. And these are parts of a series of interviews we are doing as we enter the full celebration of the Supreme Court at 150. And my two legal colleagues here have decided that they will join the conversation.
Yes.
So Justice Kulendi, you are welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bernard. Good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Yes.
I like your pocket square. You've not changed.
From my confinement. Good to see you guys. Yeah.
So I have two lawyers flanking you and a lawyer in training.
I see that.
Yeah. So he's a law student and he's a lawyer as well. He's also a lawyer. So you are welcome. How are you doing?
Grace abounds. The Lord is good.
I was telling somebody I miss you.
me too.
You know, those days we used to listen to Yoni Kulendi long ago on Joy FM. Like when we were in the university, there would be some controversial issue, like this FIFA issue. Then Comrade Duma would call Yoni Kulendi and say, Yoni, by the way, this FIFA Trump thing, what do you think? Then he would give you the left, give you the right, and then Charlie. This time, Supreme Court.
Well.
Why did you accept the work anyway? Because
Bernard, service.
It's service.
It's service.
It's
service.
But
someone has to.
But it is a sacrificial service in a sense, isn't it?
It is, but it's also a privilege.
Is it?
It's a privilege.
Yes. It's a hard work. Somebody has to do it. Yeah. Because of course, having spent, how many years did you do at the bar before you accepted this?
94 to 2020.
So that's 26 years.
Yes.
26 years at the bar.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure the cases you've dealt with as a lawyer over 100 more.
I was a foot soldier lawyer, so
doing a lot of work.
Running between the courts. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. But we are told that for all of you who are lawyers, the call to serve at the sort of the bench is something you should be contemplating because it's part of your. Nobody else can do it. So it's not like, I can't be a judge, but once you become a lawyer, it's something you should be thinking. If your country needs you, you have to consider it. Is that the case with you?
I mean, it depends on an individual's value system and what you prioritize. I mean, I have always said to people, if you're looking for pecuniary fortunes, that's not the place. Unless you want to become a transactional judge. But if you're looking for genuine service to God and country, that is the place. Because an unjust society is not a society worth living in. And to have the privilege to serve in that capacity as a judge,
Mm-hmm.
for me, is humbling.
And so you've been there for how long? 4 years now?
Oh, Bernard, the time flies. I've been there since May 2020.
In the heat of COVID.
So May 26th of May, I have done 6 years.
6 years.
Solitude, confinement.
Wow.
Yes, so I'm in my 7th year, like joke.
Wow. What switch mentally does a legal person need to make from being on the bar to getting on the bench?
It's a different place. It's a different place. As a lawyer, you receive instructions. Again, depending on your value system and ethics as a lawyer, lawyers can be just tunneled and focused. I tried in my practice to be a little different. I still saw myself as an instrument of justice. And so what I did, even for my client, ultimately has to be fair. It has to be just. It has to be conscionable. It has to be equitable. So I would tell my client, it's not my business to help you overreach or cheat another person. I won't do it, even as a lawyer. So the switch didn't make it. It wasn't a big jolt for me, except that as a judge, you're now in the listening position, and then you have to learn to listen. You have to accommodate, endure arguments that are not resonating with you, but you have to be measured and controlled in your response, because you always have the final say. But what is, for me, and I'm sure you will get to that question, the biggest challenge for me at the level of the Supreme Court is where you are evaluating matters and heading into a conclusion that you know that the recipients of this verdict have to live with it for the rest of their lives. There's no other fallback. That's, for me, the most difficult part of my role. I mean, of our role as the highest court. And I guess most of my peers in the court share in that sentiment, because we know that when we are done, it is done. And for those of us who have, and all of us do, we start all our conferences and pre-sittings with prayer. So, and we take our oath, asking God to be our help. It means that there's a shared recognition that there's an ultimate judge. So imagine when you get the hard end of the stick, an unjust outcome, what do you do? The person will fall to that ultimate judge.
Wow.
So that's, for me, the most difficult.
It's very humbling.
Yes.
And it's onerous, which means that in a sense you sit in the place of God.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
And they call you my Lord. Which Lord are you? Lord of who? And
which is
what?
why you don't take it lightly, the decision to say yes. So even though you want to serve your country, I suspect you have to do a lot of self-introspection before you say yes to it.
It's a difficult place. You have to get to the point where you think that you can do this in all sincerity. Yeah, because it's it's a very slippery place to be. But as I said, it's fulfilling. You can go home and sleep well when you think that you have done honest, sincere, good service to God and country. You've followed the law, you've upheld your oath, and that you've done justice without fear, favor, affection, ill will.
So listen, this is a special interview we are doing, because it's not very common to have a justice of the Supreme Court grant an interview. So there's the Supreme Court at 150 committee has agreed for this interview to happen on some specific lines, which is what we are going to follow. And I also need to say again that even the documentary we are putting together for the Supreme Court at 150 is part of that special dispensation, which has given us some access to some justices of the Supreme Court, myself and the production team. So I'd like to thank you for coming in. The impression I get, and this is my preliminary before I get to the substance of the interview, the impression I get talking to justices of the courts is that it's a very lonely position. And the way we are free to do anything I can go and sit anywhere and eat any food, say anything, discuss anything. I feel like you can't even in your, unless you are home with trusted people, there's a lot of things you can't do. So you use the word, it's confinement. But I feel you need to explain, like being a judge is not just the fact that you must be true to the law, but even the way you live has to change, correct?
You are a judge in court, you are a judge out of court, you are a judge wherever you go. So the code and the expectations of the office are demanding on your personal liberties. The reason is because of the principle that justice must not only be done, but it must appear to be done. And so if you over socialize, you over familiarize, you over engage, you over indulge with people. So somebody sees me having coffee with her and laughing and chatting and tapping each other. The next day they walk into court and there I'm sitting, and either she's representing Citi FM or representing herself or her mother and standing in front of me. How is that person going to believe that you can be fair and impartial in having observed such a familiar interaction between you? So apart from the job keeping you busy, the ethics of the job, you don't need anyone to tell you. Will tell you that you can no longer run around and do all the things that you used to do.
Normal people can do.
Some men and I haven't seen each other in maybe 5-6 years. Yes, you, the last time I saw you, apart from that lounge, and you saw that when you called me, I didn't even stand up, and when you were looking for me, I had left the room
quickly.
So you, for those of us who come from a previously very intense and engaged social lifestyle, you must still be a human being, but be mindful of the demands of that office.
So my first question under this rubric is, I was wondering why we are doing 150 years of the Supreme Court and not 150 years of the judiciary, because it's quite clear to me that we have placed the Supreme Court at a certain position for which its existence must be commemorated. Yeah, so we could have said we are doing 150 years of justice delivery.
Right.
But why is the court so important in this conversation?
First, because of its standing in the hierarchy of courts. And then secondly, the scope and nature of its mandate.
Okay.
When you were talking about football and adjudication, and I'm sure those who understand the nuances of modern football know that there are other referees, other linesmen, other people monitoring, but there's this one guy in the middle of the pitch who has the whistle.
Yes.
And he makes the final call. So that guy becomes, every blame goes to him, every credit goes to him. He is the captain of the ship. So in that hierarchy of courts and in the administration of justice, the Supreme Court, as I said in our initial conversation, is the highest court. It's the final court. First of all appeals that end up in the Supreme Court from all the other courts. It supervises all the other courts. Then the Supreme Court is also the only court, because like that game of football, and I heard you referring to FIFA rules, the rules of engagement in a modern democracy is our constitution. So the constitution is a rule book, how we govern ourselves, how we live with each other, how we manage the branches of government, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Now, the only court that has the exclusive mandate to interpret that rules book, the basic law of the land, and draw the red lines and blow the whistle and say stop and show you the red card is that Supreme Court. No other court performs that role when it comes to the enforcement. The guy who could send you off the pitch, and we saw it in competitions for who takes over the command of governance. in the country. And so that makes the Supreme Court peculiar because it's the ultimate court, is the last court of appeal, is the only court that interprets and enforces the Constitution, is the court that maintains the checks and balance in the administration. It draws the red line for the legislature, it draws the line for the executive, and for every agency in this construct of the modern state called Ghana. So it is that important.
So for our democracy to survive, not only must the judiciary be strong and independent, the Supreme Court must have pride of place in how it becomes like an arbiter of power between the three arms, correct?
Because ultimately that's really the big card, isn't it? The World Cup is the big card. The basic law and ensuring that everyone plays by the rule, because democracy is essentially the rule of law. So the ultimate repository of the highest responsibility, all the other courts, the magistrate who is resolving the quarrel in the compound house is as important as the judge in the Supreme Court. But ultimately, that magistrate's errors, indiscretions, mistakes are not fatal. They are not fatal. The big issues. So I used to call constitutional law big issue law. Yes, it's not about commerce. It is about our lives. It's about our future. It is about the direction of our country and society. And so the court that is seized with that peculiar jurisdiction is unique to itself.
If you look at the 150 years of this court's existence, how well do you think it has acquitted itself in delivering the benefits of democracy? And I ask this because, look, as you said, we are in the rule of law, and law is a tool for development. Most of what we discuss on this program are development related, and there are people who believe that if the law is sound and it's interpreted correctly, it can organize society in a way that frees people to develop better. So in reflecting on Gold Coast to Ghana, because Ghana is 70 years next year, but the Supreme Court is 150.
Yeah.
So clearly the court has predated the country as a nation state. Are you able to walk us, not with specific details, but are you able to say, look, in 150 years, the Supreme Court has done this, that, or the other, which has preserved the union? And you know what I'm saying? So I want to speak to how well it has helped to craft this ship of state.
Okay, so I mean, in terms of the history, yes, the court predates the state, and the reason is because the state itself has gone through a lot of evolution from when the first colonialists arrived at the coast and then began to exercise jurisdiction in the space they occupy. Then they have to get into negotiated arrangements with, they called as the natives, who they met on the coastline, largely the Fanti states. So it actually predates, it goes before, you're going to 1844, that bond of 1844, there was a compromise about the extent to which colonial administrators could extend essentially criminal justice into the native states. And that then evolved until 1876. And we went through, you know, we were organized essentially as territories and colonies, and the different Supreme Court system. We, at some point, in about 1866, we were reorganized. The Supreme Court was dissolved, and then Ghana, what was the Gold Coast, Sierra Leone, Lagos, were put together under one colonial administrative territory, and had a different kind of Supreme Court, headed by a chief magistrate, 4 judges who oversaw that. Then fast forward, by 1876, Gold Coast as Gold Coast had become reconstituted. And that is why we draw the line from we count our existence from 1876, when the Supreme Court of the Gold Coast then began. Prior to all of this, even by 1876, whilst we emerged, there was again under colonial administration, a West Africa Court of Appeal. So where decisions of the Supreme Court will go to WACA to be determined. And then to the Privy Council in England. So you then took a decision and you could appeal it all the way to the Supreme Court. Fast forward, even in 1957, when we became independent, our decisions were still appealable to the Privy Council.
Wow.
Yes.
Until 1960.
Until 1960, when we became a republic and fully severed ourselves. Then this court, the Supreme Court, became fully fledged. But again, even in that journey, you will see that because the Supreme Court has always been at the apex, is the referee that blows the whistle. So you see that Donald Trump is unhappy with the referee and is blaming the referee. So this Supreme Court has been casualty when power has changed. So in 1960, we became a republic. The Supreme Court became the ultimate court. 1966, our first setback to our democratic experiment, and the first casualty was the Supreme Court. Because you are the Trumps will go for you. And so then it was reinstated in the 1969 Constitution. Then 72.
After another coup.
The Supreme Court was abolished again. And then because you see, you can't in an organized, civilized state live and make progress and develop, particularly if you want to govern yourself by the rule of law, without that ultimate refereeing by the highest court. So in the 79 Constitution, the Supreme Court was reconstituted. Then we had another coup. Fast forward, since 1992 in the Fourth Republic, we have endured, consolidated, and we are hoping that never again. I mean,
but even in this Fourth Republic from 92, some people point to some seminal cases that have consolidated the democracy in reference to, say, elections, voting, matters, and even resolving electoral disputes. Are you able to pinpoint one or two of the critical cases the court has dealt with in that 33-year-old journey that have solidified this Fourth Republic to make it the longest we've had?
Oh yes, I mean the especially because they are big issue law, legal issues, they tend to engage the public, and so we all woke up one day in 2013, and we are all glued to our TVs. And everyone became a lawyer. Everyone is a law student.
I tell you.
Listening to how the Supreme Court was going to determine who was the duly elected, validly elected candidate, presidential candidate in our 2012 election. I mean, Bernard, having regard to the sentiments, the vested interests that are implicated in an electoral outcome and who ultimately wins the mandate. If you didn't have an amicable forum where we can all go to, sit day in, day out and wait and listen and wait for an adjudication that, in spite of our differences, suspicions, the court is controlled, that at least we all subscribe to.
It would have been chaos.
It's chaos. We will take ourselves back to 1876. I mean, it will ruin everything that we have. But the court handed down that decision in the 2012 election, and it resolved the matter. Come 2020 again, there's another electoral election petition, and it is the Supreme Court alone that has the mandate under the Constitution to adjudicate presidential election petitions. No other court does. In addition to other election-related matters, if we have the benefit, it's an exclusive jurisdiction. And so again, thankfully, in 2020, the Supreme Court acquitted itself well. And again,
so the public is trusting the court's role as an arbiter of power.
Absolutely. Otherwise, we would have fractured. Otherwise, would have fractured.
I'll yield the floor to Caleb and my colleagues to also ask a few questions. I'm the only non-lawyer, and I'm taking over. It's not fair. So he's a law student. He has a few questions. Still announced Supreme Court at 1:50.
Yes,
And
especially
I'm sure Sky has
because
one question for you.
as we celebrate 150 years, we're trying to bring the Supreme Court to the people, to the everyday people.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the misconceptions people have had about the Supreme Court that we can use this process or opportunity to disabuse?
Misconceptions, plenty. I call them myths.
Right.
Yes, I mean, because first of all, you're a citizen, you become a lawyer, and then you become a judge. I mean, some people think that, you know, judges decide cases based on politics,
okay,
rather than based on law. Okay, and some Ghanaians think that way. I call it a myth because it's the judge's textbook is the law. Of course, every judge is a human being. The judge, I'm sure, votes. The judge may have political preferences, but you take an oath, and you take the oath to adjudicate cases according to the law,
right,
the evidence, the facts that are demonstrated before you. And so you will, if you go do the analysis of judges who have made decisions, you will see that judges have reached conclusions irrespective of which president appointed them.
Right.
And that's also because the framers of the Constitution, and like in every democracy, are very intentional. Judges have a security of tenure. Okay, and it's intended to secure your independence. Judges even have security of post-retirement benefits.
Right.
Is to create the environment that you can thrive, you can be independent-minded, you can deal with the matter without fear or favor, looking to the left or to the right. But there are always skeptics, and there are people who think that, oh, no, the judge decides this case this way or votes that way because of who appointed. But somebody has to appoint the judge. And in terms of the constitutional structure, it is the president, and through a certain nomination process and vetting, and you'll see the built-in mechanisms to make sure that, you know, no president can appoint you to the court if you don't meet first the eligibility and qualification requirements.
It's merit-based.
And so, yeah, it's a myth that judges decide cases according to politics. There's another myth that the judiciary is controlled by the executive because judges are appointed by the president. That's what and then judges, if a judgment is unpopular, then the judgment is wrong. Okay. It's a myth. Okay, you don't have to like the judgment. In fact, there are times that even judges we reach conclusions we don't like, but that is the dictate of the law. And if you want to show fidelity to the law and your oath, you have to reach that conclusion. And judges take decisions that affect themselves, affect their relatives, affect their friends. And you know, this is a comment, and I'm comfortable to do this because I said it in open court. We just handed a decision last week, and that decision, I said, listen, this decision affects all of us sitting on this bench. And everyone, but it's a duty you have to perform, and so the decision doesn't have to be popular. It has to be consistent with law and with the tenets of law.
Right.
There's also another myth that, you know, justice is delayed because judges are either inefficient or because judges are corrupt. Law is a technical exercise. There are rules of procedure that are very intricate. They are amenable to abuse and manipulation by lawyers and litigants who have a bad case. They want to drag the case And the judge always has to maintain a delicate balance of sitting in the middle and avoiding being drawn or appearing to have descended into the arena of conflict. And so litigants and their lawyers can play the book, and a good lawyer who has those ethical flaws can run and delay the system. And the judge sometimes as frustrated as a litigant who has a good cause.
Right.
But you must manage that sentiment and play the process. Of course, we have also other verifiable problems, logistics, judges still having to write longhand, caseload. And of course, sometimes also the skill and efficiency of a judge and his ability to very efficiently manage caseloads can delay things. But it's not, so the delays there are a variety of reasons for the delays. Other than that, the judge is either incompetent or the judge is corrupt. And there's another myth that the Supreme Court, people think that the Supreme Court, because of what I have said about the Supreme Court being the ultimate referee, can intervene or adjudicate every conceivable matter. The Supreme Court itself is governed by the Constitution and can only do such things as are warranted and permitted by the Constitution. And in relation to which is vested with jurisdiction.
Right.
So the idea that every conceivable grievance, something you are not happy with, the Supreme Court can do that. It's a myth. Right. I could go on.
My Lord, if I may, on the matter you just raised, respectfully, there's a suggestion that the constitutional architecture that sets up our Supreme Court and the wide expanse of matters it's ceded with the jurisdiction to hear and determine makes it almost impossible to ensure efficiency at the topmost court. And that perhaps it's about time we re-looked at the constitutional architecture or framework setting up the Supreme Court as to narrow the nature and caliber of cases that travel to the Supreme Court, so that certain matters ordinarily should terminate maybe at the High Court or Court of Appeal. Of course, there are matters of elections that terminate at the Court of Appeal. If you're looking at matters having to do with, election of MPs and related matters. And that because of the character flaw, the ethical flaws that are there in some lawyers, they are able to hold trials in abeyance, go up to the Supreme Court, come back, start a new process within, a week or two, they are back before the Supreme Court. And that we should pick up lessons from, advanced jurisdictions where the scope of matters determined by the Supreme Court is so narrow that it does not admit some of these excesses that you so eloquently spoke about.
Well, I mean, look, they say life is full of choices, right? So some jurisdictions or societies decided that we want our Supreme Court to be concerned about what I call big issues. So let them deal with exclusively constitutional matters. Given our journey from independence all the way to at the time that people sat around like this, holding deliberations about the kind of Supreme Court we wanted to have and what is the scope of the jurisdiction we wanted to exercise. The terms of the current Constitution is what the framers of the Constitution thought works for us. Are there problems with the scope? Yes. Do we need to rethink? Whatever you are doing, you must keep evaluating it from time to time and trying to make it better. Okay. But so you know, look, is there one case that is more important than the other? And as a citizen, should you have the right to fight your cause to the ultimate court. Or it's fair to say, if you end at the Court of Appeal, that's the end. The door is shut on you. So there's a case to be made for giving every citizen access to the highest court, because it is their court. The justice emanates from the people, and judges basically just do this on behalf of the people. But society, in its wisdom, can decide that, you know what, we want to limit it. Maybe you need more efficiency, more numbers, more logistics. Then we need to work the rules and use the rules to weed out what is doable, what is not doable. Because I'm a judge, I don't want to complain that the work is too much, because nobody forced me. I volunteered to serve, and it's a man has got to do what he's got to do. I mean, that's the job you've taken. There are all sorts of people doing really hard job. You know, the doctor walks out, and then when you go to the hospital, sometimes the number of people you see sitting in front of the doctor's consultation room, you are like, gee, how is this going to happen? You walk into a ward and you see all sorts of patients, and there's this doctor or 2 or 3 of them. So you go into your courtroom, the courtroom is packed. You're not the only one who has a full plate in front of you. And everyone is trying to juggle what they have to do. Of course, we must get more efficient. We use technology, we use higher expertise, and then we put on the job also people who are committed to doing the job and doing it well.
That ties in beautifully to what I was going to ask with respect to reforms. What kind of reforms we've tried to roll out in just the recent past to ensure that we have more accessible justice delivery system for the everyday Ghanaian?
A lot is going on. I mean, and a lot has been going on. But, you know, the whole idea that the service itself, and then judges don't talk, they don't get into the court of public opinion. So you don't tend to get a full flavor of what's going on. But the judicial service has had a variety of reforms. Number one, the service is leveraging technology, e-justice, to allow for e-filing, virtual courts. Lawyers don't have to travel, get stuck in traffic, the build up in the court to adjudicate their cases. You can participate in a trial from the comfort of your chamber. And then, of course, we've moved from longhand courts to mechanized automatic recording courts, because when a judge has to record all those proceedings longhand, it's just an impossible task. We have not fully eliminated these, but we're leveraging technology and systems that will make us do this work faster and more efficiently. Number two, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Justice for All. I mean, where they through the initiative of Her Ladyship Georgina Wood, a program that has is still ongoing. We take the courts to the prisons for isolated cases, people. And interesting, it's the result of very good work done by this good friend of mine. He's a journalist who did Lost and Forgotten. And that caused the judicial service to look into people who've been in remand for undue periods of time. It expedites justice. We have a program of court-assisted ADR where judges are enabling parties and litigants to opt, if they so wish, for alternative dispute resolution. One, because it's amicable, it's conciliatory. You can do it by mediation, by arbitration, by conciliation. But the essential character of this is that it's very amicable. You don't burn bridges. You can shake hands and hug at the end of it. You lose some, you win some. And ultimately, the resolution you reach is treated by the court as a consent judgment. And so it's not amenable to the automatic right of appeal and protracted litigation, etc., etc. A good way to bring disputes to finality in a short, quick way.
Right.
Recently, you'd have heard that we have now introduced even afternoon court systems where, because there are not enough courtrooms, even if you have enough judges. So one judge uses the room and finishes a normal day. Another judge takes over and does, because that's the way to offload the backlog.
Right.
We are not out of the woods. It's still a lot of work.
Right.
In the last few years, you'll see that under His Lordship Justice Enini Abua, we built courts across the country and trying to make sure that every district has a court. Not all still have. My district doesn't have a court yet, even though I'm a judge. But we've built courthouses. They are recruiting magistrates and judges and assigning them all over the place. If you've been following the news, I was in Wa just 2-3 weeks ago, inspecting a court complex that is under construction. And if you see the courthouses that the communities have put up with over the years, and to think that this is a regional capital, you will see that. So all of these are efforts, reform to increase access to justice, bring greater efficiency, and enable justice delivery and take justice to the people.
Okay, so I have questions on what we are doing to celebrate the 150th anniversary, but I want to bring in Kakra now, who has a question for you.
Yes, my lord. So you talked about your 6 years or so of confinement from active social interaction, and I think it's not lost on all of us the amount or the quantum of work that Justice of the Supreme Court has on their table. Mine is rather a soft question. What does His Lordship do to wind down, to relax?
I mean, speaking for myself, even when I was a lawyer, I don't remember that. I'm not in that winding down league. No, I mean, I haven't had that leisure. Maybe I'll have it in the future. I mean, my friends have tried to take me to go do golf, to go do anything. I think maybe I was going to say church, but even church, I don't get to do church that. So it's a life of work. And if it's your calling, you enjoy it. If it's your calling, you enjoy it, and somehow once it becomes your lifestyle and I mean, I see all these people winding down and I think they are winding up. Because I mean, you're out and you can get into trouble. So
okay.
My lord, if I may,
Yes,
there's this question from a listener who wants to ask, because you broached it somewhere in your submission much earlier. So the listener says, the elephant in the room, what is the Supreme Court doing to deal with perceived corruption in justice delivery?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. The person says perceived corruption. I mean, we're all conscious of the Afrobarometer survey, which shows that half of Ghanaians tend to think that judges are corrupt and judicial officers are corrupt. I'm not one of those who will say that there are no corrupt judges, there are no corrupt judicial officers. Then they must have reigned from some other planet and they are not Ghanaians. Okay, so the judges are just a cross section of Ghanaians. And so to the extent that our society has corrupt people, some of them have filtered into the judiciary. The judiciary presents a very predatory and opportunistic avenue for somebody who is already disposed to corruption to manifest that outrageous disposition fully. So it is there. But they are also very honest, dedicated men and women of integrity who are committed to doing their work, and they do it with everything in them. So we all recalled what happened with the number 12, and then and again I say judges don't talk, but day in day out people are being flushed out of the system. But again, there are considerations of due process, right? And anybody who is a judge who was first a lawyer, then they become a judge. So when dealing with them, you can't be arbitrary and you cannot compromise due process. But there's a lot going on, from training on ethics to constant reminders. And if you are busted, and I say to people, listen, the population, judges don't give themselves bribe. It is litigants and Ghanaians who will offer the judge the bribe, even for the judge to contemplate it. So stop bribing your judges, because the judge is not supposed to sell justice to you.
Right.
Number one. Number two, if you know a judge who is corrupt, expose the judge. You know, the judge who is collecting bribe is somebody's husband, is somebody's father, is somebody's uncle, is somebody. So if you know them and you love them, you accommodate them. Maybe we are a corrupt society, but let's create the judiciary that we want and the judges that we want.
Right.
But within the system, if you are exposed, if you are caught, the system, the judiciary will not tolerate you, because it's very distraughting that, I mean, if I sit somewhere or I get somewhere and then somebody says you judges are corrupt, because in the first place, if I wanted money, I wouldn't have quit private practice to become a judge. Okay, and so I'm definitely not a corrupt judge, and I know many of my colleagues who are more upright than me. I mean, dedicated, long-suffering. They've done this job, and that is what they want to do. But are there bad nuts? Yes, they are. We must continue to find them out, fish them out, and continue to purge the system.
Very well. So in wrapping up, my lord, we want to look at some of the activities we've rolled out. We know that we launched the anniversary celebration on the 16th of April, but what's more is ahead of us as we look into the year?
In relation to the anniversary, it's a packed menu. There are it's the whole idea is to take the court to the people whose court it is, and we're just leveraging this very momentous occasion, 150 years of the existence of the court. So there are public lectures. We've already had some in Accra, Cape Coast. We're going to Kumasi. His Majesty Otumfuo has graciously agreed to host the lecture and offered his hall for that. And then there are quiz programs to bring young people on board and get them to engage on issues of the judiciary, because the future belongs to them. If you look at the theme, we're looking at the past,
right.
We're evaluating the present, but also looking into the future. So there's going to be a whole what do you know competition around courts and the rule of law and due process. Then we're going to have at every stage, each of the public lectures is accompanied with a legal outreach program.
Okay.
Where, judges, lawyers, judicial service staff will avail themselves to answer questions such as the one from your listener. I mean, this whole idea that judges are unapproachable and they are not, the judges were nicely decorated servants of the people, and what we do on behalf of the population.
Right.
So it's a packed program, and it's all intended to reach out to announce the presence of the court and the judicial service, and then all the different kinds of things that are going on. The Chief Justice is very excited about it. It's providence that he gets to be lead the court at this point in time, and so it's the reason I'm here, and I'm sure that yes, and it tells you the effort the Chief Justice and the chair of the committee, my brother, His Lordship Ajay Frimpong, they really want to make this a people's anniversary, right, and make the Supreme Court the people's court, right, and avail ourselves to address a lot of these myths and misunderstandings and misapprehensions about what we do and how we do it, and that you cannot criticize judges. The judges are your judges. You can criticize judges. You can analyze what we write and hold opinions, however harsh. Just don't deride, ridicule, and trash the system, because if we trash that system and there's no avenue to amicably resolve our differences, then we are headed for chaos.
Right. So I'm sure with respect to the locations and time for the other activities, there will be various announcements, public information subsequently, so people get to know how they can get to be a part of some of these exercises.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Yes. As I said, there are programs in Accra, there are programs in Kumasi, and a couple of public lectures. Right. They will be announced in due course, and I think there's something also in Tamale. Okay. No, not Tamale. Kumasi covers the northern sector, and there'll be floats. On each of the events. Okay. Yes.
That's amazing, Sky and Kaka. We've been talking to His Lordship Emmanuel Yoni Kulendi. Yes. Yeah, it's been a good conversation.
Yes, it's been an eye-opener in many respects for those of us who, are still learning at his feet. It's great listening to him speak as a respected jurist, and a man who shaped our understanding of the law when he was practicing as a private legal practitioner. Interviewed him a number of occasions on Eyewitness News, and sitting by him now as a man on the highest court of the land and listening to him, such a privilege. And we are thankful. We thank you so much, sir, for making the time to be with us this morning.
I'm grateful. It's my privilege. But let me just take the opportunity. I know your time is up, but let me take the opportunity to say, even high up there is the most humbling place, because you remain a student, you remain learning as a jurist, you are always researching, you are analyzing, you are processing and filtering things. It's the point at which the High Court judge is a judge and he makes the court. Even the magistrate is the magistrate. He walk in and he's the king, right? In that Supreme Court, for there to be a Supreme Court, there are 5 justices. Right. 5. And it is those 5 justices who constitute the court and who can make a valid decision. If there's a review, the 5 goes to 7. So either 5, 7, or 9, or even 11. Yeah. So it's a learning place, it's a humbling place. And so we remain students of the law. You don't give up learning, because you can imagine when you put 5 people around the table over the smallest issue, they will disagree. And ultimately you vote on where you stand on that issue, and that becomes the decision of the court.
Bless you, sir.
Amazing.
Right. No, I'm just happy my Lord talked about the float, so that'll be an opportunity for you to wind down.
Guys, so minded about the winding down. Thank you so much for joining us today. That's all we'll have time for. Thank you so much for doing the listening. This is the City Breakfast Show. Now your court will take over with Branch in the City. Have a great time.